Carla's got a podcast now. She doesn't know technology. Larry's pushing buttons and recording things for you to see every week. She'll be asking guest questions. She'll be saying a lot. She'll be wondering about the world. It's time now for Carla V Thinks Out Loud.
What's up? Hi, guys. It's episode 23. Carla V Thinks Out Loud. We are back finally after like a month. I don't even know.
Has it
2
been a
weeks?
month?
Nah, probably not.
Yeah,
Because William was like 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know. We were on hiatus for a minute. People were gone. People were sick. All the things. But yeah, episode 23. It's a solo episode today. We're just kind of catching up because I haven't seen these guys. Patty and Larry are in the house. Haven't seen them in a minute. It's also the new year, you know, the holidays. Haven't talked about some shows I had been on, some shows coming up, some things I've done, some things I'll do. So yeah, first of all, I do sound like this. If I sound nasally, no COVID, don't worry. I've been tested multiple times in the recent days, but yeah, just a bad like sinus infection.
Boy, you and Six, man.
Dude, me and Six are the most feeble people.
You guys are so
Feeble
you
people.
have feeble immune systems.
I'm like a sickly. It sucks. I blame everything on meningitis that I had as a kid. It's just the
Six
easy
got his shot,
thing.
and he's like on death's door right now.
Yeah. So yeah, Six. If anybody watched the BS show yesterday, was not there because he's on. From the booster, you said? He got the booster?
No, he wasn't vaccinated before.
Oh, that's right.
He got COVID, put him in the hospital, got out of the hospital. Doctor that he went to told him, yeah, go get the shot. When he got the shot, very next day, very next night in the morning, all fucked up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And now you said like his equilibrium.
He's better now, I think, but like when I seen him yesterday, he was driving to get prescriptions, and he sounded fucked up, but...
Vertigo and all the stuff. Yeah. We're all just sickly. And last week I had lost my voice, so we didn't do the show. I was around, we just didn't do it. Yeah.
No, you had the Gong Show, so
you're right.
It wouldn't have worked.
That's true. We couldn't do it pre-recorded for some reason. And then Gong Show is Wednesday of last week.
Right, and I recorded it. And we didn't have a backup show.
That's right.
I tried getting with you, but you were sick.
Yeah. He called me. I was like, I can loud whisper right now, Larry.
Yeah, it was bad. You were like,
I lose my voice, and I lose my voice like every year, twice a year, and I've gotten my tonsils out, but it's just allergies. I just have really bad allergies. So luckily the voice is back.
I put a post up a little while back and said, when's the last time you ever heard anybody getting their tonsils out? And my daughter, my oldest daughter, immediately messages like, what are you talking about? 10 years ago, 15 years ago, because I said 30 years I haven't heard anybody's got their tonsils
30
out.
30 years.
And she's all, 15 years ago I got my tonsils out. What are you talking about, Dad?
Yeah, I was 21. So yeah, like 15 years ago I got my tonsils out too. They cauterize them now or something. I don't know. They take them out. But yeah. So I sound like this, guys. Stick with it. It's fine. We're just catching up to you. Oh yeah, so we had the Gong Show. That was an interesting time. I did get gonged. We will play that soon. And while I sit here and cringe, just kidding. I've already watched it. The set wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. No.
It wasn't.
There were a couple people that didn't need to get gonged, but
yeah. And at the beginning, I feel like they didn't gong anyone they gonged the first guy, and then after that, there were so many that weren't gonged.
Do you know that?
And then they got.
Yeah, El Paso guy. Yeah.
The first guy was not Christian. He's from here.
Is he?
I do mics with him. Yeah.
Wasn't he not the teacher guy?
He's a newer guy. Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
H.
Mr. H is from El Paso,
as was Stony Iron.
Stony Iron.
And then
Jenny.
Jenny
Something. Yeah, they were all here from El Paso, which that turned into a huge thing. Oh my God, if you guys haven't seen, so there's every Facebook or every town's comedy scene kind of has like a Facebook thread thing.
Like a group.
Yeah, like a group chat, and I've infiltrated some of them. And I'm on the El Paso Cruces one. They have like a joint scene basically there because it's almost the same city at this point. But there were all these threads, and this girl Jenny would not give up. And whatever, I don't know her from Adam.
Supposedly she works at the comic strip in El Paso.
So
But she acted like she even said, in the thread, I'm surprised nobody knew who I was. It's like,
yeah.
She's not a nationally touring comic, so how the fuck would we know who you are?
like not everybody here has been to the comics strip to know who works there. Like, I don't go to a comedy club and ask who works.
What's really fucking funny about that is Buck, I'd say about 3 years ago, he went to El Paso to perform, but it was the best of El Paso.
Oh, and
he ended up winning, but they took it away from him because he wasn't El Paso.
I see. Well, they have, I mean, I've only done comedy maybe like 4 times there, I guess. I've done some open mics. I did not meet any of these 3 people that came up for the Gong Show while I was there. I mean, granted, but I think I think they have a smaller scene than us down there. And that's what I've heard. Like,
I don't think so.
It's not that big. And at the times I went out, it was like the same core group. But I did kind of hear from some of those ones that like comic strips a little stuck up on things and blah, blah. But I guess if it's only comedy club in the town, people get big heads about things and blah,
well, it's
blah,
got
blah.
it's got them talking about doing a Gong Show down there too.
Really? So yeah, and they all got butthurt because so Larry recorded the whole thing.
They were mad at Tommy Black.
Yeah, they're mad at Tommy Black because he's opening a club in El Paso soon. I'm hoping to do that one in the summertime because I'm going to be doing a benefit in Las Cruces.
It's supposed to be a really nice club, 3,000 square feet.
Dude, that'll be
or 3,500 square feet.
I wonder where it's at in El Paso. Yeah, I haven't ever even been to the comic strip, but so Larry like recorded the whole Gong Show and it's awesome. Check it out if you haven't.
Okay.
It's on the BS show. It's on Double L Media,
yeah.
right? Too? Okay.
You want to just show your set now?
Yeah, we'll show the set now. I did get gong. Jenny went after me, and she also got gong. I took it, like, not to pat myself up, but I'm like, it's a Gong Show. It's about the fun of the thing. And she took it so personally, and I was just like, okay, dude, like, okay, chill out, bro. There's 15 comedians.
You heard right, Carla Vasquez. Mexicans, we come in all shades, even dead person. I'm here for you. I shave for you guys tonight. You're welcome. Yeah, you take me home as Carla. You wake up next to Carla.
See, what I wish I would have happened is there's 3 things I wish I would have done with this video. I wish I would have fixed the color on the stage, which I could have. I have on some of the clips, but I just didn't have time.
Yeah, you put it out quick.
Yeah, and I wish that I would have had graphics for each comic, like Carla Vasquez.
Oh, at the bottom of it.
Yeah, kind of like you see on Comedy Central and shit like that.
I hear you. You can always split them up later and do that.
Sweet 5 a.m. shadow, like a 12-year-old boy. Oh, man, life. I got an EBT card. Who else has one in here? EBT, otherwise known as Eat Broke Today. Love it.
Mine just got reloaded today.
Shit. I feel like a walking chorizo up here. Just like a cinnamon roll. Like just like pop the top button. It's like, really maintaining the fupa here, where my fupa's at in the house. Anyone got a fupa?
You hate watching yourself, don't you?
Indecisive, all right?
With other people, I do.
Really? Why?
I don't know why.
They say it's fat upper pussy area, but really it could be fat upper penis area, Non-binary. Fat upper privates area. Really, it's just the double chin of your stomach,
It's not really your private.
I love that. It's the double chin of your stomach.
Yes.
It's not really your
doing that,
private.
man. I was being celibate by choice during the pandemic a little bit. Lasted about 6 months. Was dating my shower head. Water bill just skyrocketed. So I'm like, it's time for people sex.
A lot of these jokes have like longer parts to them too now, so it's like kind of chop them all up.
Evolving,
like, my back really good, or yawn nicely, or like sneeze really good, I'd almost come. Like, yeah, gotta get back in the world, guys. But like I'm 35, and at 35 dating, like it's really weird. It's like buying a used car or something. Just to warn your partner, you're like, there's some damage from the sun. Stretch marks, yeah. Like the odometer doesn't work. I don't know. If you put your head under the hood, something squirts out at you.
I already know.
Real question.
I love the way.
How do you tell somebody you're a squirter?
I love the way you tied the joke into that first thing when you said, "Put your head under the hood and get splashed," and then you go, And everybody
from the
knew
car.
where you were going.
Yeah, I like that. I could already hear them. And those
Yeah.
ones I've had to switch around the order a few times just to see what makes sense.
Right.
Because, like, before I would do, like, the Linus thing at the beginning and then, like, lead to the car. And now I'm like, I'll flip it. And, you know, it depends on the set.
Right.
Sometimes I fuck up my own.
Is it just like you don't tell them and it's like a truck going down the street and there's a big puddle and you're on the can't dodge it. You're already soaked, you know? I'm nice. I like to carry a towel to bed like I'm Linus from Charlie Brown. Just carry a towel and be like, it's gonna get messy. Fucking 35, man. I got called ma'am the other day and I'm into it. I'm like finally getting respect for doing absolutely nothing in my life. Thank you guys. I'm at the point where it's like, anybody else here, like, we like to smoke weed, some of us, but sometimes, yeah. I'll have like 13 in my bank account, 7 cash. I'm like, all right, let's do the math. All right, go to the ATM, put the 7 in to withdraw the 20 to pick up the weed.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
really
man.
good
Does anyone want to
set.
buy me a beer
That's
after
decent.
this? How about if you gong me, you
Forgot
buy
about
me a
it.
beer? All right?
Because I could see him getting
Yeah.
whatever, and I shouldn't have said that. And I think I put it in their head more. I was taunting them.
All right, it's out of your pocket at this point, guys. You play fair enough. No, yeah, I'm just fucking living life. I
don't think
See, I
I've
got
ever...
so stammery, huh?
Right, because you've seen him pick up the gong.
Mm-hmm. And I started just being like, stop, just keep going.
I don't know of any other podcasts that watch their own shit.
It's weird.
No, I'm
We're sitting here breaking it apart
at
with
35
Carla
different
Vasquez.
things.
Breaking the chain.
breaking the
It's like a
chain.
mammogram comes up, you know, they're like, you gotta get your boobs smushed. And girls are always like, it hurts so much. What was hard during that process was not calling the radiologist daddy. I was like, it's good. It's been a while.
I just want to get to the part where Jared gongs you. That's
I have a friend
Or
who
Jamar. His name is
Jamar. Why
the
do I
most
keep calling him
confused
Jared?
one.
I got a friend who frequents strip clubs, you know?
I wish that
Frequents
end of
them, and
this
he
was,
got
like,
a
just, like,
blowjob in the
tighter.
back, like
And I
champagne
didn't
ring
even
by
need
Oh, I
this
take
part.
that back. We have watched Buck sets before on the podcast.
Yeah, you've watched some of his
yeah.
stuff.
I don't know why.
Maybe not a full. Yeah,
No,
you've watched that,
yeah,
like
we
the interviews
watched
and the
it.
things. Yeah.
stripper, and she took out both sets of dentures, top and bottom. Both sets. And he said it felt like giving head to a gummy bear. Or a gummy bear giving him
Yeah,
head,
fucked
you
up
know?
that line.
Having said that, I might be having trouble enunciating, because again, at 35, things like partial dentures happen. I know nobody's gonna cheer for that, like, I got partial dentures. No, we keep that secret most of the time. It only really comes up when like you're about to get it on with somebody, you're like making out, you're like, hold on, I gotta take out my partial denture.
That was great.
That's what
There he comes.
See, this is when he's like.
Top ones too.
Did you? Now let me ask you a question. Did you see him coming?
I saw him for a second, and then he was like, went from there to being right there. Like, it happened so
Because
quick.
it seemed like you didn't see him. Like the lady goes, "No, don't do it," because she's like, "Don't do it," and you're like, "Yeah, right, don't do it." Like you didn't know what. She
Oh
was...
yeah, no, I didn't know he was that close already
Right.
because I saw him
Sexy, right?
earlier, and then I thought he wasn't going to, and then all of a sudden he's like right there. After that, I realized I was like, oh yeah, he's there. Just kidding. He snuck up.
Just for you.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
right after this, right when I realized he's
You
there.
didn't see him.
Don't do it. Already done, baby girl. Already done.
Oh yeah,
Oh, fuck
yeah,
you,
right there. I was like,
Jamar.
oh wait, he is here.
He just want to give head to this melted crunch bar over here.
Melted Crunch Bar.
That was supposed to be part of a punchline later, so I was like, I'm just gonna throw this in here and taunt him.
Y'all give it up for Carla Vasquez. Give it up for Carla.
Could have been
Hold
tighter.
up.
Could
I'm
been
gonna
whatever,
wait.
but-
Go take your ass to the microphone because I'm gonna put the crowd on.
Oh,
No,
there's
you weren't watching. Oh, I'll go back. Here, we'll go back to
Patty
where-
likes what I do.
Just for you.
It's like right.
Yeah.
Right.
She said, don't do it. Already done, baby girl. Already done. Oh, fuck you, Jamar. He
Just,
wanna
like, stared him
give
down.
head to this melted crunch bar over here. What's up?
I think I secretly scare him.
Oh yeah.
Y'all give it up for Carla Vasquez. Give it up for Carla.
He did buy me a beer.
I'm gonna wait. Go take your ass to the microphone because I'm gonna put the crowd on.
Yeah,
you,
Buck was
bro.
mad. Buck was like,
all right, crowd. Do y'all agree with what Jamar just did? Let me try it again. Do you guys agree with Jamar gonging Carla?
I felt nice.
All right, Jamar, tell me why you gonged her.
Carla said,
somebody said you gonged her because you didn't get squirted on.
she had the driest pussy. I'm not gonna lie.
For the record, Jamar and I have not had sex.
It was dry.
Yeah, like, how's he know you have a dry
Jamar?
pussy, Carla?
No, you gotta give me a reason.
It was the gummy bear shit. It was the gummy bear shit. I don't know. I got the whole visual, popping teeth out. I was like, fuck.
Man, like he's never been with a chick that ain't got no teeth.
Man, you better quit fucking them kids. Get you a grown woman. These grown women put their partials on the fucking nightstand to go to work, goddamn.
I didn't even hear
Carla,
that part.
just so you know, my dick got hard when you pulled your shit out. I was gonna give her some periodontal penis tonight, goddamn.
Periodontal penis.
He all got a problem with that shit. They clapped when she took her teeth out. You was like, fuck that nonsense.
I gotta feel all the fronts. I gotta feel all that shit.
Bro, you didn't hit the gong hard or nothing. Like,
I didn't even look at it. No, I was like, you made me do it. Just bam.
Hi, Jamar. All
Yeah,
right.
he like tapped.
Judges, that's what we do.
Oh man, it's funny. Yeah, he had said when she told Larry, he was like, it was like forced laughter taking your dentures
He was
out. I'm
saying
like,
that?
he kind of told. Well, he like alluded because I was like, dude, what the hell? Because I went up, and I was like, where's my beer? He did buy me a beer, by the way. I did get a beer out of that. But he was like, I don't know, it just seemed kind of like forced laughter.
I think you did good.
And I was like, all right. It was fun. And like, you know, it wasn't my best set, but it was, the whole show itself was such a like fun thing to be a part of. And it was like a lot of good energy that night. It got a little wild.
Yeah.
And even like at that point in past, like some people probably got gonged that shouldn't, because like people were getting drunk. The crowd is getting rowdy, but in a good way. Like it was becoming a fun, like gong 'em, you know, like sort of thing. So I think it's about like the big things. So the people, if you got really butthurt by getting gonged, like come with better shit. Get over yourself. Come with better shit next time.
And not everybody knows you.
And not everybody knows who you are. Yeah, so the chick from El Paso, she corners me like in the bathroom or whatever, and she's like, do they know who I am? And I literally was
That
like,
is nuts to see.
and I was like, who are you? I was like, I've done some comedy, like a little bit of comedy in El Paso. Met some people down there. I hadn't met you or whatever. And then she was like, yeah, I work at the comic strip and blah, blah, blah. Like, I came all the way up here, and like, if they even knew like who I am, but I don't even, she just kept repeating herself. And then I feel bad because I came out, and then I went and talked to Steph, and I was like, yes, like I was saying something, and she's still right there. I was like, oh yeah, he knows what you mean. Thinking she'd kind of just back off, and it was sort of in the back. And then she ended up like latching on to Steph and like starts just talking at him. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, Steph. And I kind of just left her with him and like, went off.
Nobody knows who you are, chick.
Uh,
Well, no, she said the same thing to him.
Just like following me. Yeah. She was.
Did you know who I am? Give me a
yeah, and then
break.
later she was trying to say like, I don't even care. I've cashed 3 checks since then. That was forever ago. Like blah blah.
That was a week and a
Who
half.
even wants to do comedy in Albuquerque? That's a step in reverse. I'm like, what? Are you just because they have a comedy club in El Paso doesn't mean. And I'm not saying it's a rival thing. It shouldn't be a rival thing. We should all be like a community.
We have industry here.
We have stuff up here. We got Netflix. We got like all these things. We, even though we don't have a comedy club, we have a lot of comedy happening. A lot of like bigger comedians have moved here and doing work here. And so I just think it's bullshit that they're trying to like, she's trying to like divide this shit and make it in Albuquerque versus El Paso. Yeah, even Austin. Oh,
no,
dude.
they're acting like they're
yeah,
Austin.
like they're Austin. Oh, dude, so cringy. Have you seen the show? Maybe I told you on Netflix. There's this show. It's kind of like a Real World, the Netflix version.
Oh
that,
yeah,
like some 20-somethings.
Your mom's house was talking about that.
Oh, were they? Oh, yeah.
She's all into that shit, and she's like,
I
they separate
binged
the
it.
houses. The guys are in one house.
Yeah,
the
I
girls in
kinda
the-
like
and
that.
guess what happens? They're already fucking.
Oh yeah, everybody fucks on that show. It's like comedians. But there's this kid. Did she talk about the comedian guy?
No,
Christina P.
I'll have to watch a few episodes.
20-something. So there's this guy in LA, from LA, this like little virgin Jewish kid who's like 23, who like wants to pursue comedy and has only been doing it like 2 months over there, and then moves to Austin to like, and quits his job and everything just to pursue comedy. And like and then there's a part where he's like 3 months in, he's like, I just thought I'd really be making money by now. And he's not even funny. It's so cringeworthy. Like they go to some of his open mics and it's like, oh my gosh.
People have a false sense of themselves. Like, yeah, Patty says that she lost control of the crowd. She did, because she kept bringing up Abuelita.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she mixed it too much with like, and I'm Mexican.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing with that.
But the way you
thank you, Daniel Laguna.
delivering it is bullshit.
Yeah, the way she's delivering it isn't well, and like it seems hacky. I hate to use the word hacking, especially because I'm Mexican. I have nothing against this, but there are certain comedians that make that their thing.
You know what? You know what
I mean?
aggravates me with comedians? When they spend a lot of time asking the crowd how they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Let me hear you guys. Come on.
When half their time is like, yeah, give it up for this place.
Yeah.
That's the host job. Like the host
Right.
is supposed to do that. They'll check in with the audience. We don't have to as much. Like there were a couple of times to be funny. I was like, oh, anyone for partial denture, fupas, whatever. But I'm not just like, give it up. How are we still doing tonight, guys? Like, and it takes up
Well, you didn't
time.
do that.
No, but some people I think do that, and then how are you doing tonight? Is a rhetorical question. Not everybody can answer. You're not going to really even respond. They're not going to really respond. So you're just wasting time. And if you don't get them in the first 5 to 10 seconds, it's hard.
I thought Tsunami did a great job. Like as far as entertainment goes.
Yeah, Tsunami did a great job. Yeah. Watch the whole thing, guys. Tsunami's on there. One of our resident drag queens, Tsunami Couture.
I was booing her on the second set, though.
And,
I admit it. I was booing the shit out of you, dude.
Oh yeah, the song was great. I don't know if they were prepared for the second set though.
And people said, well, she didn't write that song or something, but it doesn't matter.
She filled it
It's
in.
a gong
It's
show.
comedy.
It's not a
It's
comedy
entertainment.
show.
Yeah,
It's a gong show.
And it's still comedy in that sense.
And that's what makes it fun. So it's not a battle.
Yeah.
It's a gong show, but centered around comedy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the bigger picture of the thing.
She even called Buck up and asked her if she could sing the song. He's like, fuck yeah, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, Tsunami's rad. That was really entertaining. The
second set was like dog shit. And then
I don't know if they were prepared for that. And she's new at
she brought a shitload of
comedy,
people. But when she was on her second set, they didn't laugh at anything.
Oh, I didn't see that. Were they up in
so
front?
that's kind of fucked her up a little bit.
Yeah, they need.
And then they were mad because she didn't win, but like you didn't say shit.
Nah. No, who won? Who won? Should have won.
Oh yeah.
He did a great job. Yeah, it was a fun time. I want to be a part of more of those. They're
The
fun.
next
Buck
one's
is
on
great.
February 9th.
Yeah. Is it already can you already put in?
We haven't posted it yet. First
See,
come, first serve.
Yeah, that's true. I want room for the other comedians, but shoot. I want another chance.
Yeah.
Who
knows? It's going to be another $750.
Right? Yeah.
I guess they already knew it was going to be.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing
3rd.
is it was supposed to be
She's
200.
Right,
the 3rd of February. That's cool. I have a show the 4th, so I can do that. Yeah, it was supposed to be $200, and then they started amping it up more.
No. They knew it was going to be 500.
Oh, they just.
But they just said 200, and they were going to break it that it was 500. And then the last 250 was from the crowd.
Yeah, they started. My friend Justina.
Well, I think that
donated
one
60. That one
dude
guy
with the sweater was trying to hit on Tsunami,
the guy that kept donating money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
because he kissing her hand and.
Did he really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
He was trying to get up on stage too. I think he was like, "If I could, I'll donate more if I can get 7 minutes." I'm like,
7 minutes, Jesus Christ.
Or 6 minutes, whatever we got. I was like, no. But gong shows are fun, guys. If you're in town, come out to those. They'll be at Revel. The other one's at Revel, right?
Yeah, they're doing. When's the battle? The battle is tonight.
No, the roast battle.
Yeah, there's a roast battle coming up.
Not tonight. Tonight at Revel is Amory, Justwood, some other people. There's a show. I think it might be next week. I know it's gonna be the tournament, the roast battle tournament. Yeah, because this one's gonna be just
Jared's
everybody
going up
a bunch
against Tyler, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be a bracket thing.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Because Mulkey was talking to me last night, Caleb Mulkey, about that.
How did Caleb? Did you talk to Caleb after the gong show?
Yeah, he was like, I fucked myself. I went because he went over time, so he got gonged for that.
Yeah, but
that's.
So
I mean, he made it
Tsunami,
through
though.
his thing. Yeah, that's true. So he was like, I fucked myself. But he's fine. He's over it. They all end up taking it pretty well. Yeah. I had a blast.
It was fun.
And speaking of El Paso people, tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna be. Tomorrow's the 6th. you're watching this. 6th, Thursday at Edelweiss German Club.
That's tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there doing 20 minutes. I'm doing a feature set there, 20 minutes.
What time?
At 7:30.
I might come.
It's like
Just
Manala, San Mateo-ish. Oh, that'd be rad if you
What kind of audio they got?
Normal.
Well, do they
Why
have
are you
a
asking me
board?
tech?
Do they have...
I don't know. I think it might just be. I've only been there to watch shows. I've never done a
Is
show
it the
there.
same as that one restaurant place?
Maybe. Is
The
that
one you did
the-
with Neil Rubin?
Oh,
the one that
oh
you
yeah, I
didn't
don't
have me
know.
do the flyer
No,
for?
yeah, that would no. I think that is might be different. They might actually have a board. I don't know. It's Nicolene and them. I can ask her what kind of setup for you to like plug in. But yeah, have you been there?
No, you have to have a
it's
fucking
membership,
and I'm not German.
Or I'll get you in.
And
I'm
I heard
not
there's
German.
all kinds of Hitler shit in here. I want to go see that.
There's
stuff.
like these two little like. There's these like two little like German kid cutouts. It looks like I don't know, elementary school kid like cut out of like construction paper. These like shape of like little German blonde kids and with like suspenders and things, and they're like stuck on the side. So when you're performing, there's like a little boy and a little girl next to you, like these little blonde kids. There's a library there, I guess. I don't know. I've never been to the back area, but it's cool. It has like nice seating.
You know,
different crowd.
in the turn of the century, there was a huge German influx. You know what I mean?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of Germans here in Berlin. I heard too. They would, like,
there's
work with
a
all
place
the...
called what is it called? Fucking Red Horse Bed and Breakfast.
Red
Yeah, those guys are German. I did some documentary shit for them a long fucking time ago, but
Interesting. Yeah, I had some friends like Berlin area that
they were telling
like,
me how
bunch of Germans.
they used to go to that place.
The Edelweiss.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Lucky Last. I don't know, but they're changing it. So Nicolina's there. Eddie Tafoya, I think, is on it. It's me, Brian Valencia, who is from here, but he's now in Vegas, Las Vegas, not New Mexico, actual Vegas. So he'll be there. Casey, I can't remember his name, is opening up, and then Sarah Kennedy's doing like a 5 to help get a tape. I'm doing 20, and then I think their headliner might have had COVID. So a friend of mine from El Paso, speaking of El Paso, Darius Jackson will be coming through town, and he's going to do the headlining spot. So
Nice.
yeah, and he's really funny. Nice dude. That crew of guys is good. Him and like Anthony Austin Brown, Marco's down there, Hobo.
Make sure
Shout
to
out to
ask
those guys.
Nicolina if I can record there, because
Nicolina, she'll probably be fine. She let me add him, and then she let me add Sarah Kennedy. I was like, I'm helping
well,
out
I'm just
people.
saying, just you know.
Just in case. I'm sure it should be fine. I think. But I'll message her. But yeah, come out to that. And then next week, speaking of other shows, next week, Brew Lab in Rio Rancho on Southern. At 7:30, there's a show hosted by Karen Carson that I'll be on, and that's Tuesday the 11th. And it'll be a clean set. Another El Paso headliner.
Is that going to be hard for you?
Nah, I don't think so. I've been thinking at first. I was like, "Ooh, I might have to rack my brain." But
You're
over
not
the
gonna be
last
able to mention
week,
squirting.
no, that's just one portion. No, but I've been coming up with not coming up with new ones, but like piecing together jokes that I have that are like all clean. I mean, I can talk about hippos without talking about sex and things. My dad might come.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. He's alluding. He's
Are
like,
you
I'll
okay
invite
with
people.
that? Like, I would be terrified. Like
Just
I
'cause
could
it
not
has to
have
be-
Patty go. Like if
Really?
I decided, which would never happen. Oh, I'm gonna go do stand-up like everybody else in fucking Albuquerque. I'd be like, I wouldn't want Patty. I wouldn't want anybody. I wouldn't even want you there. I wouldn't want Buck. I wouldn't want nobody. It'd have to be out of town somewhere where nobody would know.
Oh, that's funny. Just secretly doing stuff.
But I could do it. But no, I don't think I could do it.
It's scary. I wanted to go kind of alone my first time.
Because I
but
used to
then
be a
friends
DJ, but
came.
you're hiding behind a booth.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's just you and a microphone.
And then you can, when you're back there and people are asking you for songs, you can pretend you don't hear them. And which I used to do all the time. Like, I used to be the most angriest fucking DJ. Dude.
Well, that's
People would come up to me and I'm like, what do you want?
What now? Did you make them like write it on a piece of paper?
Yeah.
And
And then
like, slide it to you?
Yeah. And then when Patty would be there, she would be my buffer.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't have to deal with them. But
Aw,
that's the
that's
reason
why
I
you love
couldn't,
Patty.
I couldn't stand drunks.
She fended off all the drunks and the noise, and you're like, I love you. Let's get married. We make a good team here. Yeah, the first time I did comedy, I had 3 friends there, and I almost kind of wanted to go alone, but then It ended up being well. My friend I recognize, the rapper Mike, who's usually watching, or actually Double XL Daniel Kuna, who's been commenting. I was on their podcast, the Make You Famous podcast recently,
Right.
and I did remember, how Mike was the one who like sent me a flyer for Founders, and then he ended up going for my first set. I was like, oh, that's cool, and I've known him since I was like 14, so it's nice to have that. But it is scary. Like here and there. Now it's easier, I think. But yeah, I'm excited for that show. But the clean show, I'll have another El Paso Las Cruces headliner, Jerry Carnes, and then Royal will be on it, AJ Matthews, who's hilarious, Karen Carson, and myself. So I'm the token lady as usual.
There you go.
Token lady, but I think
Token
it'll be
chick.
good. My dad did allude. Let's go ahead and maybe call him. I think he's ready. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Daniel, actually, if you can put below, is that podcast out yet for people to watch?
Yeah, I need to get that up on the website.
Yeah, we
Daniel.
need to put that up to make you famous. Let people know where to do that. Maybe send us a link or something.
Yeah, send me the link.
Send Larry a link. That'd be awesome for people to watch. But yeah, we're gonna catch up with peeps. I'm gonna call my dad.
Is he ready?
Cough drop. Yeah, I told him around 6:30. He's
Anytime.
not watching now because he only watches the parts that he's on. Because otherwise he doesn't know. He'll even ask me like the William Willer one. My dad has met William, and he was like, "Can I watch that one?" I was like, "No, but it is a really good one, Dad." Yeah, if you guys haven't watched the William Willer one, that was a really fun one.
Carla's calling cough drop.
All right, guys. Carla calls cough drop. It's my picture that I drew because I'm a child. And I don't have to put it on speaker or anything, right?
No, it's just call.
It's all ready. We're going to talk about some national parks, about the show. I'll ask about the show first since we're on that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Carla.
Hi. Is that loud enough, Larry?
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going, Pops?
Hello. Hey, good. How are you today?
Hello, cough drop. I was eating cough drops earlier from my throat.
Yeah,
Lot of
good.
you.
Yeah, I'm very popular. Or cough drops are very popular this time of year.
Yes, they are.
Are you sick?
Are you sick, Dad?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
No, he's chilling.
Not sick at all.
There's just some rustling around, I think, on your end.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I'm good.
Anyway, you're live. We're here. So we were talking about the show next week that I'm going to be doing at the Brew Lab in Rio Rancho on the 11th. And you had alluded to the fact that you might come. Are you going to come, do you think?
I think we're definitely seriously considering it. So it'll be
Seriously
the first
considering.
Yeah, I mean that's like on the I'll say like on the 90% scale, maybe 80 to 90%.
What? You're
Well, I can't
retired.
say
What are you
90%.
doing with your life? Nothing. Just
I'm
kidding.
a busy guy. I got things to do.
At 7:30 at night?
Well, you know,
Can't
the
plant
days-
at 7:30.
No, I don't. No, probably so. Yeah. But,
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be We'll see what happens, but tentatively planning, because that'll be cool. Because I'm not gonna be able to do that many, or I'm not asked to do that many clean sets. And it's
Yeah.
not that
No.
like my comedy's always the most whatever, but this one, because the whole show is clean, will be like a good one.
Yeah, cool. No, well, that's great. Yeah, not that I object to anything that's I like all comedy, but no, it just kind of makes me nervous. Like if it just would make me nervous to go and see my child
It's
perform.
not you on stage.
I know.
Does it
but
make you
still.
feel like when I was in sports when I was little, or doing some sort of or my X-Men competitions? Do you remember the
Yeah,
X-Men
so-
competitions we used to do?
Yeah, sort of like that. Except yeah, sort of like that. Yeah, but no, yeah, it'll be good, and it's kind of close by, so
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Just remember, if people are laughing at your child, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope so. But but I'll sit at the back, so you don't have to look at me. I won't be right in the front. and
Okay, that sounds
stare-
good.
staring me down.
that's
Larry's here.
actually a rule of thumb with most comedians. Like when family comes, they'd prefer you to be in the back than right up front.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, good. Well, I'll be in the dark shadows of some dark corner.
You can wear a disguise if you want, if you really want.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Or
I'll be the guy-
you're gonna say something like, "Oh, I was out there. Didn't you see me?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I was like, I had to leave right after your set.
That's a good
I
one,
know.
Larry. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that was a great show, Carla.
No.
Great show.
Don't do that. Yeah, you should try and come. If you leave right after my set, I know that that you hated it.
If we go, we'll stick around.
Yeah, invite your friends, whatever. I
Yeah,
promise
yeah.
I'll be nice on stage.
Yeah, no, of course. It's not about that. Yeah, it was like what I said before. Like I thought that it might throw you off,
Nah. At this
Okay.
point, I mean, and having been on like competitions and stuff, like we just aired my Gong Show set right now, like before we called you.
Okay. Oh,
So,
neat.
I mean, I'm used to like high pressured. It's always kind of high pressure, I think, doing comedy. So,
Okay.
you
All
know,
right.
and
All
it's
right.
just another like, I guess, thing to get through. Like my dad's in the
Okay.
crowd, but it'll be exciting.
Wow.
I think it'll give me good energy. I don't think it'll give me like nerves
Yeah.
per se.
So what do you think? What do you think, Larry? Should I go?
Oh, fuck yeah, you should go. But stay in the back. Like,
All right. I'll go.
yeah.
I'll see.
But yeah, you
All
should
right.
go, man. You should
All
definitely
right.
go.
All right. All right.
Awesome. Thanks,
Okay.
Pops.
Hey, there was something I wanted to ask you. I don't know if Carla's brought it up yet, but I wanted to do because I love the state parks and national parks and stuff. We do a lot of camping in those in the parks and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
But I was talking to Carla, and I want to do like a podcast out at a national park or a state park, and like talk to some rangers. And I was wondering if you could hook that up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like during
Yeah,
the summertime when it gets warmer, not anytime soon.
Yeah,
you know.
we could probably do that. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the state parks and the national parks.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
people at all the. Yeah,
And
in New Mexico, yeah, I know all the state park people and all the national park people.
And I think it'd be so cool if because I'm mobile, I can go anywhere. If I could just like do a podcast out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
It'd be so sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well.
I've never seen
like-
one. Have you ever seen a podcast
haven't.
out in the wilderness? No.
No,
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't
not
think-
really a podcast though. Yeah.
Did you say your camping
Yeah.
shows?
Yeah, she watches my wife watches camping shows. Camping with Steve.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, and
okay.
he goes he's Canadian, but he does a lot of road camping, like at rest stops and stuff, or he'll just like go off the beaten path into the woods and go camp, like weird shit.
Yeah. Ours will be.
Yeah. Well, let me know in advance that I could,
Set it up.
Right, because I know you dealt
Yeah.
with the rainbow people and all that stuff, the Rainbow Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not going to be doing any of that. I just want to
Yeah.
I just want Carter to like interview some rangers. I think it'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Bring her back to her childhood.
Yeah. I like that. When Larry brought it up, I was like, "That's an awesome idea. It makes my soul happy." And
No, that's a good idea. Yeah, there's so many great parks, in New Mexico and in the Southwest, of course.
Larry had mentioned maybe like Carlsbad even.
Yeah. Carlsbad would be a little rough because the rangers there are really busy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even
But somewhere like maybe Blue Water.
Oh yeah. There's Blue Water.
Blue Water would be really easy because there's usually like
It's close-
5 or 6 rangers there.
just
Yeah,
chilling.
it's kind of close. Not that close, but it's not that far away.
Where's that?
No,
by
we go
again?
there all the time. That's near
It's
Gallup.
over there by Grant's Gallon.
Oh,
Okay.
Grants, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not too far.
Yeah, but there's like Sugar Reed up by Raton, which is a great camping park. There's just a lot of good parks.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
We've been to Cities of Rocks down south. We've been
Oh
to
yeah,
a lot of
City
parks.
City of Rocks. Yeah, that's City of Rocks and Rockhound State Park down there towards Deming. Those are two of my
haven't been
favorites.
there.
Those are
Never
great.
been
And
there.
I'm more of a desert guy, so those are for me just great desert parks.
Yeah, those are nice parks.
I like the
Yeah.
My
but-
kid loves it because she can just go everywhere. Like,
Yeah, well, good. Well, then of course, Bandelier's not far away.
Ooh, Bandelier's cool.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't been to Bandelier.
Really?
Oh man,
Oh, that
We've
place
been
is
to-
cool.
Spectacular.
We've been to San Juan, right? San Juan.
I
Yeah.
don't know that one. Yeah, you guys would like Bandelier. That place is cool. It's not
Yeah,
too far
Bandelier
either.
is a very, very
My dad used
special
to
place.
work there as well.
Yeah, I lived and worked there, and it's a very special place.
Navajo Lake, we've been there.
Yeah, Navajo. Yeah, Navajo's. Depending, it can be so busy there that it might be hard to get FaceTime with a ranger,
Right.
but it's a great park too. There's some good staff there too.
All right. Cool. I'll
I'm
let you know,
excited.
though, man.
Yeah.
Man, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I haven't been
Yeah,
camping
well,
in so
I'm
long. I
glad-
really want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you and your family enjoy getting out. That's
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
We go out camping at least 10 times a year. Like,
cool.
we
Yeah,
have
I mean,
a
that's what-
reserve
something else.
in advance in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So now the state parks are all on reservation system, and
Right.
the national parks as well, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's we had a lot of people complaining about that just because it was new, different. But you said, you don't go to the movies or you don't go to like a fancy restaurant or to a hotel without making a reservation.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you
Yeah.
want to get a good spot, you got to reserve, man. You have
Yeah,
to reserve.
Yeah, it makes it better for everybody. I
At
think.
any state park in any state. Like,
Yeah, and for the staff, man, they were actually a little resistant at first, but then once we had one full camping season, they loved it because they knew who was coming, how
Yeah.
long they were going to stay.
Right.
It kind of helped, the campers sort of just manage themselves rather than the rangers getting involved in trying to, find spots for everybody.
And I like Blue Water because those rangers out there, man, they're on it. Like,
Yeah.
no noise after 10. They ain't messing around out there, dude. And I love that because,
Yeah.
like, we don't want, we got kids and stuff. We had one guy, well, the last time we went, did we go last time? Yeah, we had some crazy psycho guy that he must have been like whacked out of his mind on drugs.
Yeah.
All he was eating was candy.
No.
Early in the morning, I'm hearing crazy F this and F that, like yelling in the
Oh,
park.
man.
And you know how quiet it is and
What?
how loud it is when somebody's screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
finally, the Rangers had to kick him out, but like, it was funny.
Because it's just creepy.
One time we went to Chaco Canyon, which is a great park too, and we camped there. This was in February, so it was kind of cold, maybe 3 years ago. And so my wife and I went, we just camped one night, and you know how you sleep so well when you're out, camping, right? So we got all snuggled up in our little tent and whatever, and my wife is a heavy sleeper,
Yeah.
so she fell asleep right away. And then
Baby.
there was some camper, not nearby, but somewhere like at the other end of the campground, kind of near the rocks, who just yelling and I don't know. I couldn't tell. The same sort of thing. I said, man, that guy must be seriously drunk or on something. and then the Rangers had to come, and they had their lights going. They were parked in their Ranger unit, like right next to our tent, and the lights are going. And it took like an hour for them to, get it all cleaned up, and they left.
Wow.
And I could hear everything because they were just like, not far from where we were pitched our tent, and I could hear everything was going down. And I said, well, I'm not going to poke my head. I'll just listen. And they made an arrest and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then the next morning, my wife, she said, I slept so well. I said, honey, how about all that police stuff? She goes, what? I didn't hear any of it. And it was
So everything.
so she had the best night of sleep in Chaco one night.
Yeah.
There was a crazy camper there, but anyway, it's nice to sleep,
Right.
outside and the stars and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
I'm
bring the
excited.
telescope and everything.
Oh,
Done it
neat,
so
man. You do it right.
Yeah.
We also have two Larry, and I was supposed to go there on the way up here, but then my cousins got sick and I got a little sick or whatever after Christmas. But we have a family cabin in Tiburon, like my grandparents.
Oh, wow.
And my uncle and his sons have like redone the whole cabin. There's even like Wi-Fi and things there.
Wow.
And there's area outside to camp,
That'd
have
be
fire,
sick.
and it's kind of like an A-frame sort of thing, a couple bedrooms
Yeah.
there, and it's in near Cloudcroft.
You should talk to
Um,
him.
So, and the key's there on the property, and like there's running water and electricity all the time. They keep it running.
Wow.
So,
Well, Carla, don't
Right.
tell the whole world. Carla.
no, nobody's gonna know where it's at. I'm not giving
Hello.
addresses.
Hey, it's at
Turn by the third tree on the left, and then
the key
Keep
is
going
in the
straight.
rock on the driveway.
yeah. I don't even know where the key. I mean, it could not be there. Whatever. I don't even know. It's top secret. They keep moving it around, but we also have that cabin too.
That's
if you ever
awesome.
wanted
Yeah.
to go down there, because I haven't been in like 20 years. I don't think to that. We used to go a lot when we were younger, up to up to that area.
I loved it. And we went to one. Didn't we go? We went to Smokey the Bear. Yeah.
The
museum and the park up there. That was sick.
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear. Gotta love Smokey
Geneva?
the Bear.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I had no idea that Smokey the Bear originated here.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he originated up in Washington in the Northwest.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, no, he was
New
here
Mexican.
in Capitan, New Mexico.
he's New Mexican. Maybe he was Mexican. Oh, Geneva commented. Oh, to us, I guess. They want to go to Tiburon if we want to go. Oh, because it's almost like well, there's a little further for them in Tucson, but it's not too far.
Yeah. No, we got to do that.
Yeah, I want to go to the cabin. They have like horse. I wonder if there's still like horseback riding and stuff up there too. We used to like to do that.
Horseback riding?
There was like horseback riding and like lakes and stuff you could fish at. Wow. I used to go fishing there before I was afraid of fish. Before the curse started. Nuevo Mexico.
Hey, Larry. So just let me know whenever you guys are planning on going somewhere, and I'll see if I can hook you up somehow.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Pops.
Well, yeah. Hey, let me tell you one of my favorite ranger stories. When I was at Big Bend National Park, that's down in West Texas, a very remote part, and
a lot of land.
and I caught. There was a bear cub who got spooked and went to the top of a pine tree in the kind of where the lodge and the hotel and the restaurant were in the park, and it ran up there because it was afraid of people, and then the mother couldn't get it to come down, so it was up there like a couple of days just hanging on at the very top of the tree, and it was afraid to come down.
Wow.
So then in the evening, right when things were kind of calming down a little bit as far as visitation, there were three of us that went over. There was like the park biologist and me and another ranger, and here was the plan, and it worked. So he took a tranquilizer gun, a rifle, and he shot at the little bear the little cub that was sitting at the very top of the tree, a big pine tree, and we could see it, clearly. And it's, let's see if we can get a good shot. So he got actually a good shot, and then you could see the little bear starting to drift. Its head sort of drooping and starting to drift, and then we said. And then the bear started to like sort of tumble down, like hit this branch, hit that branch, and then and then we were like, going back and forth,
trying to catch it,
trying to catch it, and then we got it, and then it landed, it landed in my arms. I caught a little bear cub that's probably fell, I don't know, 40 or 50 feet out of a pine tree. I mean, it wasn't a direct. I mean, it hit a couple of branches on the way, but. But I caught it, and it was zonked out, but I was holding it for a little bit, and then we had previously, just before that, the night before, had caught the mom, and so we had her still in a trap. So then we took this little bear cub that was tranquilized and put it in with the mother in that trap, and then these traps are on wheels, so then we drove it to a more remote part of the park and let them out. And hopefully that little bear might have had a couple of bumps and bruises and maybe a headache the next day, but at least it got back with its mom.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's cool.
That's cute. Day in the life of a park ranger.
Gotta be careful of those bears, though, man.
Yeah, there were a lot. There were a few, but that's the park I think I saw the most at was at Big Bend. Bears. They were like. Were they black bears or? They
were black bears.
Yeah.
And they were Mexican black bears.
Mexican black bears. See, they were Mexican bears.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Yeah, I would see a lot of animals down there. I saw, a lot of snakes and things. Javelina were the worst down there.
I bet.
I didn't like those.
Javelinas, a lot of javelina, deer. You all saw a mountain lion walk through the backyard.
Mountain lion. Yeah, I got circled by a mountain lion at the Grand Canyon too. Carla Vasquez, I had a best friend named Carla, and we were sitting on the back of her, like in her backyard with no fence, and there was a picnic table, and we were just sitting there watching the sunrise because we had a slumber party, little kids. Right. And then a mountain lion just started circling us for like a good 15 minutes. We just sat there quietly, and finally got a little further enough that we were like able to run to the door and like lock it and go in as if the paw could open the door.
There's only one time I saw a bear, and that was up in Washington, and I think it was like 15 or 16. We were up hiking in I think it was Mount Rainier Park.
I'm sorry, I don't hear Larry so well.
I think it was up in Mount Rainier Park or something where we were at, and there was a bear down in the valley, and us stupid asses went down there and tried to like follow it, not thinking like this thing can run faster. You know.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, but it was like right after they got out of hibernation, so it was even worse. Like, you're so lucky.
Oh yeah.
That's scary.
They're very,
They can run fast.
Oh, that's great. No, Mount Rainier's that's a major park there.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Was wearing those hiking backs with the frame. You know, I had one of those backpacks.
Yeah.
It had a frame in it, like a hiking backpack. Do they even have those anymore?
Yeah. You have one of those, don't you, Dad?
Yeah, those external frame packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
One of those.
Yeah, I used to have one. Don't have one anymore. I mean, I've got a kind of a different one now. But, I used to have a green external frame pack. Hey.
Huh? What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, we'll have to,
set things up.
Swap camping and park stories
sometime. Yeah. Hey, Pops. Real quick before you go, too, because my dad's an outdoorsy dude. What is that challenge you're doing? I also want to re-download the Map My Run app again.
Yeah, well,
he's doing.
I'm doing a different challenge. there's a challenge online. It's like the 365.
Well, but you're doing your own version.
I'm doing my own. Yeah, I don't want
480 miles.
I'm doing 480 miles, but I'm actually going to be 500 miles.
Of like
hiking,
I'm gonna do
walking. Hiking, walking. 40 miles a month, which isn't that much really, but it'll keep me out every month, and if you add that up, it's 480 miles. I said, well, let's just make it 500 miles. So I'm going to hike.
Who just added?
Walk,
500 miles a month?
No, the year. The year.
This year, so it's like 40, whatever that is, 42 miles a month or something.
Dang, he keeps adding miles. First it was 3 something, and now it's 500.
So that's like 1.5 miles a day of hiking?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But if you do 5 miles in one day, then you don't have to.
5 miles is a long way, man.
Yeah. So I did just a little walk here.
I want to start doing that because I'm back going out at the Bosque more, which is part of my self-sabotaging because my allergies got even worse.
I have noticed, so I bought new hiking boots, Morels, and it's so much better to walk.
Morels are nice.
Oh, yeah.
Those
are good. That's what I have. Those are good boots.
Yeah. I used to sell Morels.
Yeah. I was talking to my wife about getting some snowshoes and going up to the Jemez Mountains and snowshoeing.
Oh, wow. That would be cool.
I want to do some snow camping.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's what I want to do. But
yeah,
you have to have one of those tents that have the open ground with the stove in it and shit. Like,
yeah.
That's a lot. Those things are like $400.
You're getting pretty serious there, man.
My friend Daniel said, "I do he said, damn, bro, I do a 1/4 mile a month." All right, Pops. Well, thank you for letting us call you and catch up with Cough Drop.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah, we haven't called you in a while.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, good. Yeah, thanks for calling, and
we'll
have a good rest of, and I'll see you maybe before, but I'll see you at the show next week.
That sounds good. All right, Pops.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, thanks. Love you. Bye.
That's Cough Drop.
Cough Drop. Marisa, my cousin, says, I miss you, Dan. She's giving away his name. That's not even his real name, though, Dan. It's just a nickname from the family.
Why?
He has 5 names.
I know, but does that even associate with his real name?
No. It kind of. It's the first letter.
What's his real name?
Dennis.
But
my grandpa used to say Dennis. So they turned it to Dan. She said it was my bad. No, you're good. I was going to say about my dad really quick before we'll call my sister soon. I was going to say something about my dad. Yesterday I hung out with him and we took my truck to the shop finally. I've been borrowing his truck.
Right.
So mine's finally at the doctor's.
What's wrong with your truck?
It has some brake calibrating issues, the lines for the brake fluid are just messed up, and then the other mechanic was having issues with it, so we just took it somewhere else. But my dad he's a record collector, and left his jacket at this record warehouse that he shops at, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go pick it up. He was like,
what kind of music, what kind of
he likes a lot of different.
Or is he just collecting stuff that's worth shit?
kind of all of it. Like he loves jazz. I mean, he loves all music, like rock, whatever, Mexican music.
He seems like a jazz guy.
He likes a lot of jazz, like the Miles Davis, Coltrane. Yesterday he got Bobby Watson or Billy Watson. I don't know. He's a saxophone. Billy Watson got some of those. But there's this guy who goes and picks up. He's like, yeah, I left my jacket there last time. But that's how you can go back and like just show and be like, oh, I forgot this, and then you can pick up more things or whatever. He's like, yeah, that's my dating advice too, just leave things at their house and then you go back and have to pick it up. So like, thanks, Dad. I guess that's the dating advice from my dad. But he was saying also how my stepmom on like the third like date sort of thing, he was like, I'll bring my guitar and we'll drink some wine. She's like, whoa, that's too serious. He's like, what? And then she realized our family plays guitar and drinks all the time, so it's not like anything like special, to like.
That's what we need to get is somebody that comes with us camping that plays guitar.
I'll bring my guitar and play it for you.
There you go.
I know some covers. Have you
so
sing along?
you can tune it and then go, okay, just hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Just wait.
One more. Hold on. The G string feels out of place.
Yeah. Get through half of a song. No, that's not right.
Oh, my cousin Melissa, I miss you. So that was my father. We are gonna call my sister tonight too. I had some other things before that I wanted to call. Hold on.
These fucking notes.
I know. I just like to keep my brain together.
Reading notes.
Oh, my sister gave me. They can't see it's down here.
That doesn't matter. Your eyes are diverted.
Look at this, guys. Look what I can do. Wait, I have to be like a weatherman.
There you go.
Am I doing it?
Nope, you're not doing it. Nope, screwed it up.
Whoever's not watching and just listening is having a hard time right now. Okay. My sister gave me like one of my favorite gifts this year. She gave me.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you. How was your Christmas?
Yeah. So we went to Christmas in El Paso. My dad's family, or my dad's from there. So we go every year, and it was really nice. Some of my cousins couldn't come because of possible COVID scares and things like that. But since we couldn't get together last year, this year was special. Got out the guitars, everybody.
You know what? That would be a good way to get out of if you didn't want to be a part of the family Christmas shit. Go, oh fuck, I might have COVID. I'm waiting for the test to come back. I gotta isolate for 5. Now
that's
it's 5
a good
days.
way to get out of a date now too. I know.
Did you know
it's
now
going
it's
down.
5 days. Snowy's gonna fucking help her.
Here, let me see. I'll give her some more snack. Got a dog on set, guys. Wild animals on set. Wild. Say hi to Patty. Oh, you can't even see Patty.
Can't see Patty.
Can't see.
How is she getting all like that?
The dog keeps getting stuck in the things. It's great. But yes, COVID scares. But no, it was a chill Christmas. I didn't feel like stressed out. Sometimes I get stressed. Like everybody gets a little stressed with family and things. And
really? Not me. I love
it.
The food.
Yeah, I love it, but I always feel like it's just, I don't know. There's like things, and my dad's very great at putting things together, but my dad will be like, okay, now we have to do this, and now in 10 minutes we got to eat, guys, and it's like
really?
All like structured. But this year he was like very chill,
nice.
And like everything got done, and it was really nice Christmas, I think. And my grandpa is feeling a lot better, so
your grandpa was having problems.
Yeah, and I got to take a cruise in my dad's BMW. My grandpa had a BMW convertible, like a 90-something, and he gave it to my dad, and so my dad's like getting a few repairs done on it, but bring it up eventually. But his drive only just drove around and had the top down, and it was a lot of fun. I came back into the driveway with like beauty pageant queen. Yeah, I like sat up in the seat and just like waved to people. It was fun.
What about your New Year's? What'd you do for New Year's? Did you go up to the tram?
Oh my gosh, people got stuck on the tram. Was that New Year's Eve? Yeah, it wasn't in employees though. Yeah, employees got stuck on the tram
from 10 o'clock at night until I think 2 the next day. 4 o'clock the next day.
I didn't know. I thought it was like 3 hours. They got them with a helicopter, right?
Yeah. But there's already food and water on the tram, so they were eating food and water, but it can't be enough food and water for 20 people, right?
Well, did you hear about...
I'd be pissed, because I'd be like, man, I want to get fucking high so bad right now.
I'm high, but I want to be high.
Yeah.
There was
no, you wouldn't be high because you just got off of work. Oh, dude.
I know, so dumb, Carla. It was a dumb dad joke. Oh, did you hear about those people too in Virginia that got stuck on the highway between Richmond and DC?
Oh my God, dude.
For 24 hours in snow, stuck in their car. That would be brutal.
And then there was truckers that were giving out free food and shit because they
used
to have food in their trucks.
So I thought like bathroom food. Like not everybody travels with snacks.
There was a helicopter flying overhead and some guy was like walking around trying to find a place to pee. Finally, he's like, screw it, and just started peeing. The camera darted away.
Dude, I can't imagine. And then they're probably like freezing. And I guess they said it was hundreds of accidents.
Oh yeah.
Hundreds.
Like,
yeah, there was some senator or something that was stuck.
What now they're talking about those drivers are going to sue the state because they're not taking care of the roads. Like they're paying all these taxes and nothing's getting done.
Oh my God.
Like up in Whatcom County up in Washington, they sold all of their snow trucks.
What?
So
like the
now, salt trucks
and
and the trucks that scrape the roads and stuff, like just to save money.
Jesus, that is awful. It's like the year I got just stuck in Kansas in my apartment because the snow is past the door.
Yeah, I've been stuck in the snow.
And we were
before.
it was one of the like the 2 or 3 Christmases I've missed because we were like leaving the day before Christmas Eve and we're like, oh, we literally can't leave. And then the city and the whole part of that state was shut down for like 3 weeks because there wasn't any like plows, there was no salt, they ran out of salt, they were trying to get some from Michigan and like all this stuff, and so it was only emergency vehicles only, and we were just kind of stuck. At one point we kind of dug ourselves out and went
Kansas
to the store.
is a terrible place.
It's just it has every bad weather, like
just
every
like back
bad
in
weather.
the Dust Bowl days.
It's awful. You get
Remember,
tornadoes.
like that Red House place. That's why that the guy that owns it, Carl Lundeen. He not immigrated, I guess, but left Kansas because like his family left Kansas to go because it was that bad, like dust, like just constant grasshoppers and locusts and dust and
awful. There's so many
snow.
bugs. You have chiggers there, which I hate.
What the hell is a chigger?
I know I hate saying that word.
That's so
It's
bad.
so bad. I don't even know if that's their like right thing, but so there's so much grass in that part of Kansas.
Chigger. What is a chigger?
It's like a little like grass mite. I don't know exactly. Bring it up what it exactly is, but it's like. They say that they burrow under your skin around your ankles and stuff, but it's just like you start itching, they bite your ankles, and like you can't even lay in the grass because you'll just be full. It looks like you'll be like bed bugs looking like they bit you.
Is it spelled?
Yeah, I think, chigger bug.
Chigger. With the hard R and everything, huh? Jesus.
Chigga? I've been saying chigga bug.
What's up, chigga?
What up, my chigga bug? Yeah, these little things, they're like, look like berry bugs. I've never heard them called that. I think Kansans just like being able to say. Are they red? Yeah, look at the person's ankle too.
Let me.
Yeah, they look just like that, and you can't even see them. It's like bed bugs basically, but in the grass, and you can walk from like maybe 20 feet in the grass, and your ankles are already like bit up. It's the worst.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it just itches and itches. So Kansas had too many bugs for me. It had too much weather. They did have fireflies there, which was rad.
Yeah, fireflies.
Those are cool. But yeah, the tornadoes were a disaster. And then you had like ice, black ice, and so much snow. And then it was humid, super humid.
Oh,
worse than like
this.
the South. Yeah, see, what does it do to you? It just digs its head into you?
There's something. Hold on. So you'll be able to see it. I got to.
They said they like burrowed on their skin, but I don't think so because I never got one like out of my body.
You never got what out of your body?
Like I never dug one out. You know, like it never looked like there was a bug underneath there. I don't know. My dad got Lyme disease. Did you know that?
Isn't that bad?
Yeah, he went to Panama for a national park like sort of thing. He used to go to like different countries and other stuff to help them like set up basically their park systems.
Show this one here.
But he got like his belt buckle got just like infested with ticks while he was sleeping.
You know, that's what I'm afraid of is ticks.
My dad was sick, like super sick, like
so
for
what
years.
happens when you get Lyme disease?
It like attacks your immune system. I don't even know exactly,
oh my God,
but it like
look at this
stays
chick.
in you. Ew, yeah, that stuff.
On her stomach. It looks like she has up in Washington they call them
body herpes?
No. No, oh my God.
Welts?
I can't remember. No, not welts. They're like bed bugs, but in your house kind of thing. I can't remember. Scabies.
Oh, scabies. Yeah, so these are kind of scabies. They're probably in the same family. I don't know. But yeah, Lyme disease, I don't know, just like messes you up real bad. I know my dad ended up having to go to get like acupuncture and all this stuff, and then he couldn't have like yeast or like no alcohol, yeast or sugar for like 2 years.
Why?
It just helped cleanse out his system, and I guess Lyme disease can stay in your system forever, but he kind of like beat it somehow, his immune system, and it's settled in other ways. Like I think he has arthritis and other things now because of like that. But
does he still have the Lyme disease?
I think it might still trace me in his system because I don't think you can ever
Epstein-Barr?
Because aren't those everybody has Epstein-Barr? Yeah. It's like that
but
show
you ever seen
House.
Seinfeld mentions that. She's got a Lyme disease with a twist of MC.
I don't think I've gotten to that episode yet.
Really?
I'm still watching it. I'm on season 5.
Huh.
6? I don't know. It's getting good.
Well, season 4 is when it starts getting good. But by season, I think that show ended too quick. But that's just my opinion.
It was 9 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have kept going. It was reaching a real
And then
good.
I saw Mark Norman mention that it was on Netflix like 2 months ago, and he mentioned that the Puerto Rican Day Parade episode wasn't on there, but it
Really?
is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
But I think in New York it isn't.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Because why would he say that?
Interesting. Yeah, because
I've checked. I was like, no, it's on here. Like, what are you
because
talking
it can
about?
see your like location or whatever these things.
Did you
basically.
watch Louis C.K.'s?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Funny.
We did. Okay, we'll take that tangent right now because that one I loved it. Say what you will about Louis C.K. I'm a fan still. Whatever. I forgive him. And that's enough for me. But yeah, Larry sent me the new, it's called Sorry, right?
Yeah. And I sent you Sincerely, too. Did you watch
I
that
haven't
one?
watched that one yet. But I did watch Sorry was super good, the newer one. Man, he's just so good.
He's good.
It's silly. He was touching a lot of issues, and I was like surprised people haven't like tried to
with
go
Dave?
after him. Yeah,
Well, probably
exactly.
because you have to buy it to watch it. He's not on
He's not
any.
just like a major.
No network, so.
Yeah, because even Jared Ostrom was like, I got this, whatever. If anybody wants to do a viewing
Jared doesn't
party.
know comedy. That guy told me last
He
night.
does.
That guy told me last night that he doesn't like Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
And the only reason why he's saying that is because he was brought up by lesbian parents.
I don't know.
And he also said he didn't watch all
think-
of them.
yeah,
And I
that's
said you've got to
true.
watch all of them to
I think
appreciate it.
Jared is in his regular life more like edgy and whatever than how to put. He's
Yeah,
funny.
he's
He's
only
edgy.
22.
Like his sketches are really edgy,
Oh, his
and like all
sketches
these
are
things.
that
they're
one
ridiculous.
Jesus one we played last night. Like, oh my god.
They
It's so funny.
Chuck's been in those, and he's really hilarious. But then in some conversation, he's like, "Oh, come on, guys, let's all be nice."
Yeah.
So it's a very thing. But yeah,
He's a good guy. I like Jared.
I love Jerry. He's just
Yeah.
a really nice person. And as a friend too, like I know if I have like an emergency or something, he's one of like the 5 people I'd
That's
probably
good.
call.
Yeah,
You know,
he's a really good guy.
I adore him. I've fed his cats. You know. I don't know. If you have a dog or animal, no kids, but if you have an animal, dog that's
Carla's
feeding.
really good with animals. Like Snowy loves her. Huh?
Their dog loves me. I love their dog. I love animals. Honestly, if you guys have a pet that needs some help, let me know. Just friendship, really. But yeah, Sorry was really good. I loved the banana jokes. I'm not gonna ruin things.
Yeah, the banana
But
jokes
how
were
he's like, I'm not
fucking
gonna do
funny.
the accent, and then he does the accent anyway, like the black.
Patty doesn't like him. But I like him.
I think he's hilarious.
Louis C.K. Oh, I thought you said you didn't like him because he jacked off in front of chicks.
How? Like Tim doing that is like the dick pic of today. Do you know what I mean? It's
What?
like
So you've come across this where guys are just like, I'm pulling it out now. Guess what? Here we go.
yeah.
No way.
In high school, I mean, they were younger. It wasn't like a grown man doing
High
that to me or
school?
anything.
Like-
but like,
Give me the scenario.
like dudes. I don't know. I did have a
You
friend.
don't have to name names.
Okay,
just-
so there was this dude, and I don't even think we kissed, but I remember like we were dancing because back in those days, you know, freak dancing, house parties, whatever.
This was
And
the
we were at my
90s.
friend Danielle's house,
Was this
and
the 90s or 2000?
2000. This was let's say 2002.
Okay.
And this guy, he was like a year and a half older. I think I was like a sophomore at this point.
Britney Spears was real big then.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
You had some corn in there.
Yep. All of that. The Hooba Stank. I just like saying Hooba
The new
Stank.
metal.
New metal. But I was really also into hip hop. It was good. Like Ludacris was on the scene and like
Ludacris was
Eminem, like all
and,
these people.
Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly, all of those. I like.
Going down.
Me and Jess were just watching that video. So
I used
yeah,
to play
it
that
was
video
era.
on when I DJ'd.
It was. Of course you did.
That and Pimp
So we were
Juice.
dancing a lot to those, a lot of, you know, Tupac in the house. And this guy and I were dancing, and then he was like, oh, let's go in the room and talk or whatever. I knew he had a crush, but we didn't even like kiss or anything. And he's just like starts dancing like kind of sexy, and then just like whips out his penis. He's like, so what do you think about this? And I'm like,
Oh, so he didn't jack off.
Well, I mean, he like kind of stroked. He wasn't like, I'm gonna come in the corner in a pant or anything. But this guy was kind of like, and then he was like trying to like rub it on my leg and things. And like, fuck? I was like, dude, like I don't like you like this. And he's like, come on, just like. But that's happened a couple of times, like
really,
or a few times at least, where they're just like, here. It's like that episode of With Elaine where the dude just whips it out.
Right.
And, like she's in the car saying bye, and he's like,
out.
Yeah. He whips it out. Yeah. Whips it out. He whipped it out.
So that happens a lot, man.
But not as much anymore, and I think now it's the dick pic has taken place of that. Do you know what I mean? Because before they didn't have
dick pics?
Phones. Not really, but I don't like. I'm not that like flirty. I'm not flirty online with anybody.
I've never gotten one.
It's been 6 months since I got a dick pic. I do have an ex that. Not naming names, but he'll here and there come out of the blue and send me on Instagram like videos of him and then videos of him and his girlfriend. I don't know if she knows he's sending this to other people, but he's also the guy that I like racked up a $500 or more phone bill of calling phone sex hotlines. We were together and I was at work.
What?
Yeah, the landline. This was still like landline days.
Okay, so this was what year?
2005. I was 19, and
wow.
I was like working graveyards, and he was home just calling phone sex hotline. So he has like a sexual whatever, but here and there his dick pops up the most.
You know, in
some other like high school friends.
There was internet porn.
I know, but it was like not everybody had that. Like it wasn't like accessible on your phone or whatever.
Well, not on the phone, but on the computer. Yeah.
Yeah, he was too dumb for that. I think
the phone that was during the T9 days.
Yes, it was T9 flip phone days. My old school ass. But yeah, so there's that. He pops up, and then there's like this random handful of dudes from high school in recent years that like come out of the woodworks and they're like, hey, I had a crush on you in high school. Meanwhile, they live in like Nashville or something. And I'm like, why are you why now are you hitting on me? Second, I think you have a baby on the way with your girlfriend. Third, like I wouldn't notice that by looking at your profile. And then third, like, why now? You're just going to send the random dick pics and like, okay. It's weird. It's weird, but
I've never reached out to chicks in high school. Like I was never at high school, so and I think it happened more, I think, when I started coming more towards the Southwest again. Guys were like, oh, you're not that far from... Did you graduate?
I graduated in 2004 in Alamogordo. I didn't even tell you I went to that. Ugh. I had to go back to Alamogordo for like a hot second when I got back from Portland.
Why?
I had a friend pass away, so putting that aside, rest in peace, Doug Borden. For anybody...
Guy you went to school with?
Yeah, a guy I went to high school with. He was like my sister's age or maybe a year older than her. A really good friend. He was 39. He had some heart failure. He had a surgery to fix some valve in his heart, and everything was fine. And then about 2 weeks later, he passed away in his sleep from a blood clot. So and his dad had just passed away like 2 months before from like getting stuck on the railroad tracks, and he like got hit. I'm like, I don't understand that. Yeah, I didn't know that really happened. Like that
happens a lot, I heard.
But like,
how do you
not get out of the car and run away? I don't understand.
Get that either.
Is it a surprise? I didn't get it, so I didn't ask questions.
But how do you get stuck? That's what I don't get is how people get stuck.
I think he's
like
driving
you run out of gas.
Yeah, but that's such a weird. And there's always those things.
So I'm
like,
it's literally only 6 feet of space. Like, how did you get trapped on that?
It doesn't make sense. So I'm like, I don't know if it was. Hopefully not like a suicide.
I had a buddy, a friend of mine, commit suicide with a train.
See, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like,
and
I hope
another
it wasn't
one
that.
with a semi.
Ugh.
And it was a 24-year-old kid that hit him, and he was doing like 80 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
They shut the whole fucking freeway down.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Terrible.
That is awful. I had a friend that total tangent. I'll get back. A friend in Phoenix. Who I guess this guy had jumped off an overpass bridge to kill himself, and like landed in the traffic. And then my friend like ran him over.
Oh, gnarly.
Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, I felt the bumps. I don't know if he was dead before."
Felt the bumps. Dude, that would do way more than just bumps. So that guy's lying. Like,
I think
that
he
would
fucked up his car. I think
yeah.
he said it was like a right. He had to like pull over, and like somebody else ran over the body too, and they had like, yeah, he was just. Like,
it's weird.
there.
The older I get, the more I think about ways of dying.
Right. Remember that 1,000 Ways to Die show? Like that situation.
Terrible.
Oh, but speaking of exes, I went back to Alamogordo. I haven't been back in 7 years. And the last time I was there, I was sort of hooking up with like an ex from high school who he and I had like a 12-year saga. I have these sagas like with people forever.
Why do you go back?
I don't know. I've told my sister, stop letting me go back to like people.
Like met or screwed anybody new. So you're screwing all these old dicks.
That's not true. This summer, I screwed a new one. Old dicks. You don't got that old dusted dick. But there was this dude that I was like, stay out of my life. Don't want you anymore. Like 7 years ago, because he was hitting up friends. Like, are you okay with it? And I was finally like, look.
What?
Okay,
He
so.
did what?
Let's back up. When my mom passed away, I was in Alamogordo, and he and I were kind of seeing each other. And he knew my mom because in high school, he lived with us for half a minute when we were dating. And he offered, hey, I'm going to take you to your mom's memorial to spread some ashes at White Sands. Then he never comes to pick me up. I miss
kind of like in Fast Times at Ridgemont High where he's taking her
to the abortion, but doesn't show up. Yeah, exactly. Only my mom died, not the baby. So he doesn't show. He doesn't show up. Are we frozen?
No, we're not frozen. But for some reason, I screwed up.
You screwed up. Can I keep talking?
Yeah, you can keep talking. But
so I tell this dude. After that, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. This isn't what I want. Then I move away. And then he keeps messaging friends and like, is Carla okay? Like, I worry about her. So I messaged him finally about 4 years ago and said, leave me alone. Like, I don't wish you any ill will, but just like, I don't want you in my life anymore. Blah, blah, blah. And of course, like a fucking like Lifetime movie, I go back to Alamogordo and I'm at this like downtown like Winterfest thing, and there's taco trucks. I'm standing in line at the taco truck, and I look over 20 feet away is that ex and his like wife, and I'm just like, oh god. The one person, it's like the one person I didn't want to see going back. I didn't speak to him luckily, but like we did make eye contact. I knew he knew it was me, obviously, and I was just like had to stand because the line was long. He was waiting for food for like 30 minutes. We were standing like 20 feet apart. I'm just like. One person, like I just had this almost anxiety attack. Like I hadn't like smoked cigarettes, and I left the line for a while because it was taking forever. And I told my friend like I'm gonna leave for a minute. I walked to the gas station like 2 blocks away and bought a pack of cigarettes and like smoked a cigarette because I was like almost having an anxiety attack. I didn't have any weed with me. I was just like, oh my god. So I didn't speak to him, but it was really weird. So fuck exes. But
so I just screwed up kind of.
What'd you do?
So we were live on the BS show on Instagram.
The whole time?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
we're still live on mine, right?
Not on Instagram, no.
Oh, you were live on the BS show on Instagram.
Yeah, because I screwed up the logins.
Maybe we'll get more viewers.
I canceled it just now. I ended it.
Yeah, but maybe since then they've followed.
No, they're gonna follow the BS show. They're not gonna follow.
Like, who's this broad?
I always do that shit. Like, just
welcome to the BS show.
Just a few seconds ago, I went to the main camera on the BS show and showed BS show shit. God damn it! I wish this program would like make different colors.
Oh, it all looks the same.
Yeah. So I'd go up here, and be like, oh, multi-game. But no, that's not it. That's this.
Oh, my gosh.
See that?
The main cam.
But. Yeah. So
like how one just says blank.
Sorry,
Carla.
BS show.
Sorry, BS show. We love you. So did that. We are going to call my sister.
All right.
She gave me have you read the Steve Martin book?
No.
For Christmas, Born Standing Up. I love Steve Martin.
I do too.
And I didn't know he did stand up for that long. But now he's doing it again.
I just saw something about him. What the hell? He was on something. I'll stop talking.
Oh, yeah.
He was on something that I was like, what the hell? He was on that? Like.
Yeah, he's been around forever, but
this was in his earlier days before he did the whole King Tut. Because I remember as a kid, my parents loved him. Had the record. Mm-hmm. They'd play the record, be all high on weed and shit, play the record and listen to Steve Martin like King Tut.
He's just like I don't know, goofus. He was always just pushing weird boundaries. He's wacky.
You know what he said? He said that people have asked him 100 times, like, please come back, do stand up. He's like, no, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, in the book, he says that it's kind of why he loves stand-up, but why he also broke up with it and whatever. But he was doing those shows with Martin Short for a minute.
Right.
It was more like kind of a show, kind of stand-up.
Did you see him?
No.
I saw a little bit, and it's more for my parents.
Right, okay. He is one person. We watched, like, The Jerk so much growing up. I love Martin Short.
I love his physical comedy. Mm-hmm. Like the Glick. What was...
the...
What was his name? he did
that weird
interviews
character.
of
Yeah.
kinda like
Gork.
no, it was Glick, something Glick, and he was like acting like a talk show host, kind of like between two ferns, like asking him stupid questions and like, oh, you don't really think that.
He's funny. He is a funny dude. Steve Martin's one though, I guess since I was little, I really loved. I even love like Shop Girl, that movie he wrote, and like
I liked
all
Roxanne.
that. Roxanne was good. Oh my God, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was one of the best fucking movies. Me and my sisters would watch that. So the jerk, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels were constantly being played in the house. And as a kid, I was just like, and when I got older, I remember some comedian dying. I was like upset, but even with Norm Macdonald, I'm like, that's saddening. But I don't think I like didn't shed a tear. But I think with Steve Martin, I definitely will like be messed up when he passes.
Norm, I teared up, right, babe?
That was a hard one for you. I know.
I did tear up because I was just like, Norm is like one of my favorites because just the way he delivers comedy and how, like, he'll bring you in, take you out, bring you in, take you out, like that kind of thing.
He's good with the tension and release of things. So that's a great book. I'm like halfway through, and in other books I've read about comedy, Steve Martin's book comes up a lot. Like that's like one to read. So. Right. If anybody's comedy fans, yeah. So we're gonna call my sister Geneva, my oldest sister. I have two older sisters.
How old is this sister?
She is 42. So she's 7 years older. There was like a gap. They had that one.
Have an older than
there's a middle one between us. So there's one that's Geneva, and then Sarah was 5.5 years later, and Sarah's a year and a half older than me. So me and Sarah are very close in age, but Geneva and I are like 7. But I'm nowadays like, I mean, I love them both, but I've talk to Geneva more, I guess. Sarah just doesn't call as much. Where are you, Sarah? Call me. But anyway, Geneva, yeah, we're gonna bug her. Right now our voices aren't.
So you only have 3 sisters?
2 sisters, and then I have 3 step siblings.
Yeah, but you just said you had a middle.
Yeah, I'm the youngest, so there's a middle between us.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I'm the baby, but I'm the biggest. They're all like super short.
Hello, Carlos.
Hi, I'm Carlos.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, you're Carlos.
Thanks for
my
answering.
little brother. Yeah, of course. I was just trying to set up, like, I'm sorry if it's really loud. I'm in the front carport area because the boys are using power tools in the backyard.
Oh.
So,
no, you sound good.
know.
You sound good.
Cool.
Power tooling.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks. We just we called Dad. I don't know if you've been watching.
Oh, I've been watching.
Oh,
yeah.
Talk about Steve Martin. Yeah, we talk about my different families. Do you guys think we sound alike right now? Not right now. My voice is weird. Geneva and I, everybody always gets our voice.
I'm a little bit hoarse also. So,
Geneva sounds older.
Oh.
Oh, thanks, Larry.
No, I'm not meaning it like that. I'm not meaning it like that.
She sounds more professional.
She sounds, like a woman.
Like a
Oh,
I sound like a young man. I'm a young man. Yeah, Geneva's my big sister. We talk on the phone probably like at least every other week, sometimes up to like 3 hours. It's
usually hours.
So we won't talk that long on here tonight.
I know, you'll have to call me later to wrap it up.
Debrief you. Yeah, I want to call you too. I don't know. Everybody got past the holidays. I know everybody's family dynamics or something.
I got some questions
different.
for her.
Yeah. Oh, let's go to Larry first.
I got some questions for you there.
Yeah.
When she was growing up, did you see her being a comedian or no?
Oh, interesting.
No. I mean, that's maybe
was
that's
she
hard
funny?
to say. Carla was always funny, and she's always really witty. Like, she would snap back with some lines all the time. Like, I don't know. I'm remembering one walk I took with her when I was already in college, and she was like 11 or 12, and I was like, oh, it's a full moon tonight. People get crazy during the full moon. And she was like, Geneva, post hoc ergo propter hoc. And I was like, what the hell? It was like, you're attributing it to this full moon when in reality that's a fallacy of logic or something. I'm like, what the hell? I'm in college and I'm like busting my.
I was a nerdy kid. We were like, Geneva and I, Geneva's very scholastic. I can't even say the word. I'm not
She's
scholastic.
done a lot of school.
Yeah, she's done a lot of the schooling and all of that. But her and I as kids would do what I call our X-Men trainings. They would send us to like different competitions for like the region of the schools, and we'd have to like memorize.
Oh, yeah. Was that your that was what you were talking about, your X-Men competition?
Yeah, we would have to like memorize a paragraph and then recite it perfectly in this X amount of time. Or here's a puzzle we'll show you, but now we're gonna take it away, and here's the pieces, and you gotta like put it together the way by memory, and like
Why
all
were you
these
doing
like.
this?
Why? I don't know, because they
Did you
were
watch too much X-Men?
gifted programs. It wasn't really X-Men, but it was like gifted programs.
Gifted
and things. So they would take us out to competitions a lot and do those. But yeah, I would read a lot as a kid. I think I don't know. I was probably
your older
quieter.
was this sister? Was she a park kid too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, tell them where you graduated.
I graduated from high school on the rim of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I was the
says that on your
valedictorian.
diploma.
Yeah, rim.
That's where we went to
Grand
school.
Canyon.
But no, she was a valedictorian.
Yeah, so I was giving my valedictory address, and then we throw up our caps, and we're all in our gowns, and like there was this crazy applause, mostly from German and Japanese tourists who had all stopped on the rim to like see this American rite of passage happening. It was like,
That's
yes,
weird.
this
Like tourists
actually
watching.
happens.
Do they still do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I think so. It's like the El Tovar is the hotel, and on the back
They don't
end,
do it at the El Tovar
don't?
anymore because they've like shut down that back porch.
Oh, there was like a back porch that was like 20 feet from the rim. The actual like rim is right there.
So like it's 100 feet, hundreds of feet down from that.
Yeah, it's like
a
there's
mile
like
down or so.
there's like
Mile?
it's a rim. It's like the rim, like the actual
Like drop.
Yeah, the drop.
3,000 feet.
like at the main south rim where you go to
5,000.
like hang out and people like
it's
tourist.
I thought
like a mile down.
mile was only 3,000 feet.
No, it's 5,870
Yeah.
something. I
Listen to
think.
brain.
It's mile high.
Listen to brains on the phone.
Yeah.
She's got the big brains.
Check out the big brain on Carla's sister.
Ooh, let's sex a brain. That's funny. But yeah, I'd say going back to kind of what Larry asked, I think I was probably quieter as a kid too. I don't know.
You were much quieter as a kid, and yeah, our middle sister was like Carla's voice for a long time, even though they would fight. But I don't know. Carla was a feisty one where like she would take it and take it and take it because she and Sarah are only like a
Sarah
year,
would pick on me a
less than a
bunch.
year and a half apart, like 17 months apart. So Sarah was always like little and rascally and always like doing stuff. And I remember one time distinctly where like I knew that Sarah had just been messing with Carla all day. And we're in the kitchen at Big Bend. And finally, Carla got like she was fed up. So she like totally yeeted Sarah across the room, and Sarah like landed on some little step stool that my mom had because she was only less than 5 feet tall, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, she got messed up, but she flew like 10 feet after Carla was just like, "I'm done with you," and blam! It was. I
was bigger than her at that point, I think already.
You were bigger than
she
her
would just
most
chase
of
me
your
around the
life.
house, and I would just
So when
with
she
one
was
move
12,
fuck her.
you were 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in
18,
high
19.
school I got my the reason Geneva left when I was like 11, so we were kind of close growing up, but she was like the older sister, kind of cool, whatever. And then in high school, I got my driver's license at like 14 when I was a freshman. And so by the time I was 15, I had my own car. And in the summer, I would go every summer.
You can't get your license at 14, can you?
Well, I had my permit and then the license like the day I turned 15 because in New Mexico, they changed the laws like right after that. But I got my other sister's hand-me-down car. And we'd go every summer to Tucson from Alamogordo and visit Geneva and just stay at her, like post up at her house for like a month or something and just kind of take in her life. And
did you vacation in the summertime in Compton too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I didn't learn how to hotwire a car though. That's a skill I did not get.
No.
My sister's got it. I don't know.
Old cars, I might
I'm
still
sorry
be able.
if your car is not starting, I cannot do that for you.
I only know like the years before like 2000. I can probably hotwire it still.
Right. Not anymore.
Yeah.
I guess in Albuquerque, I'm in the right spot for that. Car theft.
Carla was a quiet kid.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Geneva, you're still kind of more reserved, I guess, than the
I'm
other
the
two
most
of us.
reserved one of the family.
She was our wise mind person. I don't know. Like
She always had her shit
I kind
together.
of raised them.
She was like a third parent, basically, in a sense.
Because our parents would like work weird shifts and stuff. So from the time I was like 8 years old, I realized now we would have been reported as CPS these days because when I was 8 years old, I was watching two toddlers for several hours per day. And I would make crazy snacks. That was my main thing. Was like, we got crackers and we got peanut butter and we got chocolate sauce.
Yeah.
Bam, this is our after school snack or my after school snack.
Smoothies and
like
things.
We're going to make some crazy smoothie that's got like 100% sugar in it. Yes, let's do it all. And yeah, anyway, I kind of.
So that's why she's got partials.
Yeah. All that. All that sugar. I know, because my mom wouldn't feed us that much sugar, but then, she would leave and we're like, sugar time. We did have neighbors who were like little Debbie salesmen for a minute, and they would give us a bunch of like little Debbie.
You know who I just
still Schwann's people?
What?
I had no idea that they were even still around.
That's great. That's how we would get a lot of our shit because we
right,
always
because you
lived.
guys are out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know that Schwann's, man, it was like a refrigerated truck that would drive around, and some stuff you could get on the spot that if he has in his truck, like chicken cordon bleu frozen, like all like frozen popsicles, whatever, and then some stuff you would order for the next time they came around. But yeah, I remember there was one Schwann's man in the neighborhood that all the ladies were like, "Ooh, we want him to come visit us."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that one?
The handsome Schwann's man, yeah. I'm still into Red Baron pizza because I swear it's the same as the Schwann's frozen pizza
I'm
was.
sure it is.
And I don't know. It just takes me back to my childhood. I was gonna pop one in the oven a minute ago, but then
I wonder if park kids now are using Walmart and Amazon and stuff instead of.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't know Schwann's.
I'm out here at
especially
Carlsbad, Walmart. Bring me my food.
Yeah.
Bring it to me.
Is there even Walmarts and stuff out there by the Grand Canyon on the rim? Like,
No.
is there-
Oh no.
No.
There's one at the Grand Canyon. That one, because the park is a little bit bigger, there is a grocery store like within the park. But
it's called Whole
there.
Foods.
Geneva used to work there, actually.
No, it used to be Babbitt's General
now
Store.
it's just like the
I forget
general
what it's
store. I
called
think it's
now.
That sucks.
But it's like the
But,
concessions people run it, not the national park.
So it's basically like just some drop-off place that somebody's uppriced by
Kind of.
$5.
It's more expensive there. They have like
Yes.
it's like a grocery store. They have a little deli, and then the other side is like a visitor center. Or like not visitor center, like a gift shop. Yeah, a gift shop.
I worked mostly in the gift shop.
She also used to work. You see, work at Papillon too, right? The helicopter and little baby plane place in the Grand
I
Canyon.
worked at a helicopter company. I was a barista. I was a photographer. So I would run out to the tarmac and take photos of people right before they got on the helicopter, and then book it inside, process the photos, and then sell them for like exorbitant amounts of money
That's
when the
good.
people got off.
It's like Disneyland there.
Yeah.
It, actually,
Yourself,
that
or were
place
you
was
doing it
kind
for
of like-
somebody?
Over the company.
Oh,
yeah,
for
for
the
the
company,
company.
Yeah.
I thought you had your own little side hustle,
friends.
like, I'll take your picture.
No, no, it was
Like some kind
it
of
was a
little kid in
major
Mexico
company.
selling chiclets.
Yeah.
I think now it's like less extreme because at that time it was booming, and then about a year after I stopped working there, there were some major helicopter crashes from that company. Yeah, it was bad, but it was also cool because if they didn't have a full helicopter and like it was a downtime, they would just load me up on there sometimes.
Really?
So I'd go
You got to
fly out
fly
over the
around, did you?
canyon. Yeah.
I took one not helicopter ride, but I've been on those baby planes twice, the little ones that go like kind of swoop around.
Fuck
They go over
that.
the canyon and kind of
Fuck that. I've got a
drive
drone.
around.
Like, I'd rather use my drone than to crash into the side of a
yeah, I
mountain.
guess it was fun though.
Oh,
They
yeah.
now have that like walkway too since we moved. That's like a glass like or whatever,
I couldn't handle
plexiglass walkway that you can like
Yeah.
walk over a certain amount of feet of the canyon, like look down.
That's
crazy.
in Havasupai though, so I've never even been out there. That's way west rim.
But even where we like spread mom's ashes at Shoshone Point, like that place should have like guardrails, and it is kind of a secret spot. Like not everybody can go to it. I think you have to have like a pass or something. But it's just like this little point that you like walk out onto.
Fuck that.
Like, and it's just you don't have any handrails or anything, and you're just like at one point it's like maybe 3 feet wide or something.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, straight out
the
the edge.
3-year-old, 4-year-old, and
8-year-old or something.
8-year-old.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with
out
heights.
there, and it scared the hell out of me. We're
made
like,
them sit.
okay, you guys sit here. You must sit, and then we're like scooping ashes out over the rim, like scared out of our minds. Carla's freaking out. She like went off on us.
We didn't have the best trip.
No, it was horrible.
Sarah and
it was
I
like a death march, like literally. We were driving across the Mojave Desert with so it was 6 of us in Carla's little Ford Taurus.
Malibu.
Oh,
Malibu,
sorry, Chevy Malibu.
Yeah, 6 of us shoved in.
And we had like all this luggage because we didn't know like when my mom was gonna die. Like my sister's sitting on a suitcase in the back seat because she's a skinny one, and we're all just like going through the Mojave Desert with no air conditioning, 3 children. 3 sisters. We're like hating each other. And my mom sent us on this hilarious, like, you must spread my ashes at the Grand Canyon and then at White Sands. And I think she knew it was going to like force us to all be stuck together for a while.
It was the first time the 3 of us had really been like that together in a long time. And then Sarah and I, though we love each other, we can be combative sometimes. Ginny was just like,
me and my sister.
We can, when there's emotions are high, because we take emotions in different ways. Like to the point where Sarah, we're like trying to get on the road to leave California, and Sarah's like, can't find some shoe and this and that. And she's like, Carla, you wouldn't understand. I'm trying to get my kids' stuff together, blah, blah. I was like, well, it's not my fault you keep getting knocked up. So she wasn't happy about that. But
no.
She did get knocked up one more time after that.
How many kids did she have?
3. It's not that many, but I'm an asshole. But yeah, that whole trip was interesting. It was really a lot of family dynamics, which is something going to your, like, whatever, schoolishness. You studied a lot about that, right? Like birth order and things.
I did study birth order. I wanted to do my master's thesis on birth order, but then it turned out the data was totally inconclusive. It didn't actually support any of my theories or anything. So instead I ended up doing my master's on personality and personality and mating behaviors.
Oh, cool.
Because I studied psychology for a very, very long time.
So I like
and also studied Spanish.
Well, to get your master's, my God.
Yeah, and then she got like 2 minors or something. She also did Spanish.
Except my dissertation. I did all my coursework for my doctorate. Also, but
you can still go back.
Nah, at this point I don't
put
care.
doctor in front of your name, Dr.
We called her
I pretend.
We called her Mr. McMaster for a while because she had a master's degree.
One of my friends' brothers was a captain, and I call him Captain America.
Captain America, I like that.
Yeah.
Freaking Captain America. Yeah, she's our thing. But you also, when you were in school, used to teach some, and you used to do that summer school of like, was it psychology of gender or something like that?
I did psychology of gender a lot. I did human sexuality a lot. Those were, I don't know, 2 of the things I was really interested in.
And this was like in the late 90s, early 2000s. So even this is kind of even before all like, you know, the hyper wokeness and the whatevers and all these terms and stuff.
Yeah.
But you would bring in.
I would bring transsexual people into my classroom to just like talk about their experience. And, you know, most of these kids are fresh out of high school that I was teaching. I mean, they were only
Let me ask you a question.
3 years younger than me. But
let me ask you a question then. Do you think that it's a mental health problem, or do you think that it's just a chromosome problem? Not problem.
I think it's I think it's
Why did I say problem?
genetic, or it's it's like a developmental thing.
So it is
where I don't think that people have developmental, meaning like in the womb.
Oh, okay.
So
Like
it
if you're not
so it is genetic.
So you don't think
genetic,
people that want to change their
epigenetic. Yeah.
Okay, genetic. All right. You don't think there's a little percentage of that's mental health?
Or at least like trauma from things that would maybe push somebody.
Trauma can because genetics can be changed by experience throughout your life. You know, if say your parents separate earlier, like you never knew your dad, if you're a girl and your mom is bringing a bunch of unknown dudes into the home early on, that will trigger earlier menses, like menstruation. That will trigger all kinds of things in your body just from the pheromones and exposure to unrelated males. Like things can happen during your life that will change the way that your genes express themselves.
Yeah, but isn't your genes, wouldn't that be your brain? Like, I don't think it changes your DNA.
It does, because there's the histone code. Sorry, I'm going to get real nerdy on it for a second. Yeah. But around your genes, around your DNA material, there's like another layer that is called the histone code that can be altered by experience. And so it can.
But wouldn't that just be changing the way you think?
Oh, she said it can flip.
No, it flips your genetics to some extent, where certain things are going to be expressed that would not have been expressed had you not experienced that that situation or that trauma.
So even like, do you think even like that kind of, speaking of like serial killers and things, like trauma as a kid?
Oh, absolutely.
To push them towards, and so it's like mental, but it actually has like, then changed their sort of DNA or
kind of like gay
genetics.
Men who have been, what's it called, groomed by older men. And then eventually those younger men become homosexuals just out of being a part of that.
There might be some.
I mean, yeah, early exposure to sex is gonna change your genetic expression a lot of the time, you know? Whether it be homosexual, heterosexual, whatever kind of thing. If you are sexualized as a child, it can flip your genetic expression.
Because there's a lot of gay men out there that actually believe that, that was okay that older man groomed me and that kind of stuff. I've heard that from a few.
You know, maybe it was, and I do think that probably a lot of these gay older grooming predators aren't zoning in on like this kid seems to be expressing themselves in this way already, like they would be an easy target.
Oh, right.
Oh, you know? I see what you're saying.
Like there's there's already tendencies, so I'm gonna focus on this one. Why is your voice so high?
Kind of
kind of like feed into what already is
you have a lisp. Sorry.
It's hilarious.
Because I've known a few gay guys that do have a lisp.
Yeah, I've known a few as well.
No, I was just wondering, like, because it seems to be more and more and more men are transitioning into females. And I don't know, there has to be a small percentage that's got to be a little bit mental health. You know.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, it's this interrelationship of the mind and genes and
do you think? Oh, I got another big question. Do you think that men are being demasculinized, and that's the reason why men are changing into women? Because it's happening a
No.
lot more than it happened when I was growing up.
But
That's for
now
fucking
it's
sure.
maybe because it's okay.
Now it's acceptable.
'Cause it's
But this has been
accepted.
happening since like the 1940s, 1950s.
Well, I know that, but I'm just
like
saying-
physical.
I know that, but
surgery
I'm saying
changes,
that
but,
some
you
people
know.
accept it, so then the other people that are seeing the other people accepting it are like, oh, okay, then it's
we'll-
acceptable. I'm going to do it. now.
Yeah.
So
You know what?
it's
might
happening
be
more now than it was
too.
back then. Most definitely.
I think it might be also though that there is more equality between the sexes. So like people who had that inclination before, you're not going to give up your power and your, seat in society to go be a woman,
Yeah.
But these days, like you can be a woman with a career and whatever family, and you can still retain some amount of power. So it makes more sense to me to.
That's interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
to
Yeah.
I wasn't
transition,
expecting that answer.
But that I didn't even think of it. I thought that makes sense in a sense of like now it's more equal and they can they
So you
feel
don't-
more comfortable.
There's got to be a small percentage of people who are just like, oh, this is popular. I'm going to do this.
I don't
No,
know.
no,
change a
that would be
whole-
like saying like.
Do you
Okay,
think
so
they
let me
would
give you an
try
example. Let me
with,
give you an
like-
example. During the 90s, there was a huge explosion of body modifications, such as like, first it started with piercings.
Oh right.
Then eventually it progressed into people chopping fingers off,
like cutting their tongues in half.
cutting their tongues in half, all kinds of stuff. And a lot of people were doing that because, oh, everybody else is so cool. You don't think not even a small
Gender.
percentage of people are doing this? Just
I would only maybe
No.
not because it's like cool and whatever, but
It's more acceptable.
it's more acceptable. But I don't think so. I think somebody would just try wearing the other gender's clothes first or
it's a
something.
body
with
modification.
That.
No, they can go get tits now. Oh, you go get some tits.
Oh, interesting. Just to doing it.
Just
I wonder
touch some tits all the time.
Sort of in this realm, but not really. But even just like kids having access to porn younger and younger, like, and just seeing more different kinds of sex and seeing, gay, straight, all those kinds of sex, maybe it's opened up their brain more into that as being like, oh, this is okay. So there might be not more, but like people are more open to be like, okay, well, I might just be bisexual, even if they don't know or haven't even been with the same sex. Like they're like more like, well, do you think that it just like, not saying there's an influx, but just being hypersexualized to all the different stuff and seeing both genders.
I'm so
and just-
happy you called her because I've got one more
That's
question.
interesting.
I got one more question. I'm so happy you called her.
Okay.
So I want to ask you this question. Why do you think women are jumping on board on this? Like as far as, oh, yes, she's a woman or he's a woman now. Wouldn't that like infringe on their femininity? Like, oh, now this guy's
No.
basically taking over women shit.
No.
Absolutely.
You get where I'm going with this? Maybe I'm
not.
not explaining it right. But
I mean,
I hear where you're coming from, but
think I might know where you're going with it, but I don't know.
so like, okay.
I don't
So
wanna
like
say
women
anything
that
like
are
really-
men that are now women are competing in women's sports and killing them. Okay. Not only just in sports, but in other things too. You don't think that ruins feminism?
like you're saying, like, oh, the patriarchy took
Like
a bunch
why are
away,
you
and now men
cheering
are
for
turning
this when
into.
they're taking your spot in the line? You get
I
where
don't
I'm going
think
with
so
this?
because I think also like there's been this history of women struggling to just be recognized as equal or whatever, and it's like, well, if somebody else wants to jump in this thing, whatevs. And how often really is it that a trans person, I don't even know how to say it, unfortunately, like a male to female trans person is just considered to be female?
No,
How
I don't-
often is that actually happening?
in like a
Is
job
it
situation. or
actually
whatever.
all the time. We've got
posing-
one right now in politics. We've got what's his name? What's her
But
name?
On the other thing that I think, in a sense that you're saying, for me, I'm thinking too of like that if men are now
Caitlyn Jenner was
okay, like
Caitlyn Jenner was Woman of the Year on Time magazine. That doesn't piss
Caitlyn
you
Jenner
off.
Sucks.
That doesn't piss you off.
That.
Fucking that's because they're part
Caitlyn
of
Jenner
the,
pisses me off in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't it piss
That's
you
a
off that she's
Kardashian
being
thing.
recognized as Woman of the Year even after
Oh,
she
I don't
killed
care.
somebody?
I'm not in competition for Woman of the Year. I mean, I should be, but
Even after
but
she
I'm
killed
not.
somebody.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
an
right.
accident.
I think,
yeah.
like you were saying earlier, I think it like kind of actually makes me, I don't know, it bridges the gap in a sense more of like us being equals, like men and women.
I think it sucks.
If men can be women,
I think
women
it sucks,
can
'cause
then turn
women
to
are
men.
not equal to men.
No, I mean we're different, but like
I don't mean in the sense of accomplishments but we're stronger. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but and then other ways we have our strengths too.
But you're
Yeah,
not
but I
dominating
mean,
any sport.
I mean, we have children.
How much do I care about sports?
You guys
I don't
can't
care
have
about
kids
sports.
with that.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of women that do care about
And a
sports
lot of-
and are
There
very
are.
pissed that.
And sports are just kind of, well, everything
But
just
where does
goes
it
back
stop?
to like
First it's sports, then what?
evolution, right? Of just showing your brawn and your whatever and kind of like
I don't know, man.
all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm a teacher, you know, Carla's talked about it. I teach 6th grade, and I have now had a couple of trans students in my class.
Like 11 and
And-
12 years old.
11 and 12 years old. Or I've had others who are just like gender non-conforming. Like I had this one student who, he was a drag queen. And I went to a show,
Oh, yeah.
and it was amazing.
Was he gay or just?
I don't think so, but he would wear dresses to school. He did a whole drag show as Cyndi Lauper, like a Cyndi Lauper costume. He pulled me out of the audience to dance on stage with him at one point. It was like amazing. I was loving it.
Well, you know
but
You know. Go
I
ahead,
think
I'm
it's
sorry.
just like a natural, I don't know, maybe a sign of the times, a progression. Even if it
I
seems
cannot believe
weird,
that women don't
it's,
find it threatening.
I don't find it threatening at all.
Well, you're
Like,
41.
yeah.
I don't find it threatening too because if you think
Yeah.
about it, even
Oh,
from like a
thank you,
mating
Larry. I'm
thing,
actually 42,
at
but-
least right now, and this isn't a bad thing on trans women, but I think even for me, it's like it's not like they're in competition with me for
All right, let's
the
say you
mates
both like
that
the same guy.
it's not a competition because that guy is probably not saying that they shouldn't be into them, but they're probably still gonna be into the natural
Unless you're
vagina.
in that, I don't believe
Does that
it.
make
Unless
sense?
you're in that,
Like-
I could see you mad.
I don't know, but I date like bi dudes and stuff too, so it's
Yeah, but you told me you've never had that. Like,
two guys at once, yeah,
but not sucking
with,
each other's dicks.
They weren't like not touching each other, but it wasn't like about them.
Wow.
I don't know.
Your sister.
Much
Wow,
anyway. She knows a lot of
fascinating.
my. I've had both kinds of the
Okay,
threesomes,
you know
I
what
guess.
Buck says? Buck says that the reason why women are so embracing of this, men transferring them to women, is because they're being demasculatized, and women are starting to like that, having the power over the man and all this other crap.
Maybe there could be a psychological.
Just like when Dave
I mean,
Chappelle,
maybe.
just like when Dave Chappelle, he was doing a movie one time, and the producers, or the director, wanted him to put a dress on. He's like, "I'm not fucking putting a dress on." And they're like, "Oh, come on, please put a dress on." So they went to the producers. The producers came to his trailer. He's like, "Please put this dress on. Come on, man, it'll be so funny." He's like, "I'm not fucking putting a dress on. It's not funny to me. I'll say something funny." They said, "Fine, okay, whatever."
Is that Robin Hood Men in Tights? No.
No. And then so they come back like a half hour later and have a whole new scene. And he's like, "How in the hell did you write the scene so quick?" Like they already had that scene prepared.
Just in case they said no.
Like they were trying to demasculatize him. And I think that's the reason why Dave Chappelle has such a problem with men transitioning into women.
Because it became a thing.
I'm gonna say,
Because it's
I'm sorry.
demasculizing men.
I'm gonna say, Larry, I apologize, but I'm gonna correct your vocabulary.
Please do.
Emasculating.
There you go.
It's emasculating.
Emasculating. There
I
you
can see
go.
that. Oh, I was listening to. Did he listen to the Mark Maron episode with A.O. Scott? Sometime this year. It's he writes for the like New York Times and other things, and he's like a critical thinker. He talks about whether it's pop culture to movies to all this stuff and just social culture. But he was talking about even just right now, that's happening anyway without all of this. That there's kind of a kind of a feminine thing happening with men, or even just emasculating, also like infantilization because of things like even the Marvel universe is sort of like something that's these Star Wars things, it's adult men who, I'm not saying things wrong, but adult men into childlike things, but it's keeping them still, I mean, even for me, like, if a dude's totally into that stuff, is like, okay, are you really gonna like do the manly shit too? Like, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Which sounds awful, but you know, like all these like the anime things and whatever. And no offense to people that watch that, but there is, I think, something happening with my generation and the ones after with that of like.
Well, I'm telling you right now, in the black community, it's a big problem. Like as far as the women, black women demasculizing or whatever, emasculating men, yes. Like big time. And there's a lot of older women that are not married because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at what's his name, that the guy that always brings women on, what's his name?
Who?
I can't remember his name.
The show?
Yeah, no, it's not a show. It's just some image designer guy. Samuels.
Here?
Kevin Samuels.
Oh, I don't know him.
You never heard of Kevin Samuels? Where he tells like modern women, like, what are you doing? Like,
he's not in your mom's house, is he?
No,
okay.
No, he's his own separate thing.
What are you doing?
You don't want to watch a lot of black stuff, do you?
Comedy. Yeah,
I do.
We watch a lot of BET growing up. No, I do.
Actually, that was hilarious because our mom, you know, she was a Spanish speaker.
Yeah,
but like after I left the house, Sarah and Carla would watch BET comedy all the time, and my mom would be like sitting. She would be like sitting around in the living room with them or cooking from right around the corner in the kitchen. And she'd be like, it seems funny, but I don't understand anything they're saying.
Because my mom only
understand
like any sort of like even British accent she had a hard time with. So anything that wasn't like newscaster English, it was hard. So like BET Comic View or whatever, there were a lot of these black comedians that, you know, had urban street, whatever. Buck would laugh so hard when I said urban. Like Ebonics at those time is what they called it.
Black
and then our stepdad
had
was black.
like the craziest Alabama accent. Sorry, motorcycle.
Yeah, it's funny.
And it'd be all,
and then she moved to Georgia.
Blah blah blah.
And then she moved to Georgia with all these like southern accents. And
That's
stuff.
weird.
So, but yeah, she had a hard time listening. Like,
all right, well,
but we listened to a mix of stuff.
I'm glad I was finally able to talk to somebody who has a, you know, that's actually master's degree in this shit. So
I had asked Geneva many questions of things,
and I knew you were going to correct me on my pronunciation and all that because I'm crap on that stuff.
Well,
I don't have a master's degree.
My apologies. I'm an English teacher, so I
if you
grammar.
If you actually see me type, you would pull your hair out if you saw me type.
Oh, he types like dad, like with like one finger.
Bad.
The finger
picking.
That's how both. Actually, my child, he's had keyboarding classes and he's fast, but he's still like finger pokes things. I'm like,
and he knows how to like code stuff.
What are you doing? I mean, yeah, he's a coder and he does all kinds of stuff. And
Carla's got a big brain family. Wow.
My husband as well is like, he's poking around and he'll ask me for help. Like I build his spreadsheets for his business and stuff all the time. And I'm like, he'll ask me for help. I'm like, just stop pecking at the keys. It's driving me crazy.
Normal. What else was I going to say before you? Oh yeah. And then Geneva getting off this, she had told me, speaking of sexual, I think about the bonobos. We know about the bonobos.
Yeah, bonobos.
They're our closest like relative apes. The bonobo monkeys, and they're like queer.
They're not monkeys.
No, they're not monkeys. They're apes. I'm sorry.
Are these the ones that are actually working with stones and like making weapons now?
Are those the ones? There's different kinds.
Like, where we're actually seeing the Stone Age happen in front of our eyes.
Oh, seeing that. Yeah, they're now using more tools and things. But the bonobos are like queer, poly, pan, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
they're matriarchal.
They're matriarchal.
The one ape species where the males move into new bands instead of the females moving, because that's what strips female apes, including humans, of our power a lot of the time, is that like we have to go join the the dude's family.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't think about that.
But if you have your whole female crew, like it's my tia and my mom and my cousins and everybody, like that's a powerhouse of female
Male ape
power.
will still come and destroy.
And the male apes,
No, they won't.
They solve their problems too by
bonobo
banging it
culture.
out. Like the
Yeah.
male apes will be like, "Fuck you, and fuck you, let's go bang it out," and they like have sex about it, and then they get through it.
Yeah.
Let's go have sex
It's a good
about it.
stress reliever. Yeah.
But that's how, yeah.
There's tension. Oh no, we gotta bang right now.
If humans did that, I think things would go
Now,
a lot better,
you
guys.
should be doing stuff on CNN and shit. Like,
Shaniva's
we've got
name.
our transgender professor here on.
I'm not trans.
Not you. I mean, we got our transgender expert on.
Yeah. That's why I had to go to Tucson a lot, because I was like, Geneva's hell smart. I'm interested in things she's interested in. Her friends are cool. Her boyfriends are always cool.
Oh, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question about Carla.
Oh, geez.
So, do you think that Carla is using queer as an escape from being bisexual because it's sexualized and fetishized?
Uh,
I have a joke about this, too.
I mean, maybe. I prefer
like saying you're queer to
in
another
a
guy.
way.
Saying you're queer to another guy kind of
prefer-
turns him off.
But I'm not
I
just
prefer
attracted.
queer
but
in a way because it's like a whole. It sounds more encompassing.
Yeah.
Sounds
than just
dirty.
like
Sounds like
I'm
she does anything.
into.
I know. But
Well, I mean,
bisexual
we've
sounds
heard
like
some of her
three-
stories. So
but I've been with like non-binary kind of trans people before too.
I don't non-binary. What, you're not a number?
So,
What the fuck?
yeah.
you're not X or Y or.
So yeah, I've been with the full spectrum. I know the spectrum sounds like ASD, like autism, but it should be used for like LGBTQ because it's a rainbow, the spectrum of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't think bi didn't fully encompass things, but I get where you're saying. I think there are women now that bisexual has been so sexualized that it's like
Yeah, that they would use.
It's true.
Because
I
queer
mean-
used to be referenced as a man. Mm-hmm. A queer man. Mm-hmm. It was never
we
a
took
queer
back
woman.
we took back the term. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
because it used to be almost
I
a bad
like
thing
it.
too in a way. I think
I like it. It's I don't know.
it's also just
So when you were
It's like a statement. Like I don't know.
When you
For
were-
a minute, I was Chicana, and it's like
no, now you're
I'm
Latina
saying
X.
this as a
we're Latinx.
yeah. My husband says Latinx.
Latinx.
Whatever Latinx.
Yeah.
No, don't call me that. I'm just Mexican. But for a minute I was like a Chicana, and I was like, oh, Chicana power. But I like the claiming of the term, and I like the fact that it's just like, oh, you're a weirdo. That's awesome.
Kind of fits with
I
me.
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm I don't know. I'm a big champion of the weirdos of the world.
When I was growing up, queer was considered they do anything. I mean, animals, all of it.
Oh right, interesting.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think
No.
Carla's done any animals, but
No bestiality
oh,
here.
no,
No donkey shows.
Oh Jesus!
Been to Mexico, not yet. Have I done a donkey?
Yeah, Mexico's gross. Don't ever go to Mexico and go to strip. I did that when I was 18. It was terrible.
You saw one?
Yes.
A donkey show?
18,
Oh
yeah.
my
And
gosh.
my friend Andy Long went down there.
Oh no.
We had one chick that was pushing ping pong balls out of her vagina. And another
Yeah,
chick
I
that
was
would,
gonna say the ping pong balls.
That's
Damn.
funny. I
and
would do
another chick that would
that.
actually bring you your change and
No.
spill it out of her vagina.
Fuck. I wonder
That's
how
not
many
okay.
they're gynecologist.
Dude, it was so gross.
I hope they have a
At
gynecologist,
12
man.
o'clock, at like 1 o'clock in the morning, me and my friend are sitting there, and I'm like, I don't want to touch any of these chicks, right?
Yeah.
And I even tell him, I was like, I'm just going in there, look, dude, I'm not doing nothing. Bunch of sailors in there. Chicks would walk around with their, like, no shirts on, so their tits are out. Sit down next to a dude. The dude would pay her like $2, and that guy would sit there and suck on her tits. And then she'd get
Wow.
up and go to it was like she was selling shots.
With their boob.
Yeah, like, and then she'd go to the next dude, and the same dude would suck on the same tit. And I'm like, oh, fuck this.
It's like
Yeah, you
I wonder
need
if they have
some
any of those are lactators.
Santa Claus or something.
Santa Claus.
And by the way, I'm 51, so
He's an old
Yeah.
school.
I'm an old guy.
You're not that
Whatever.
far in
That's
age.
like
You guys
No.
are almost similar in
I'm
age.
10 years older than your sister, so
Yeah. 9.
No, you're actually 9
9.
years older.
She's almost 43
My-
too.
imagine how vile dudes were back when she was growing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
When I was
dated
growing up,
a
it was
guy who's
terrible.
now 51 for 8 years. And,
Oh yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, Gabe
yeah.
and her ex
Yeah.
that I would go visit and all the time. He was like your age. That's too. He's an
You
old
really
punk rock guy.
educated Carla on the punk rock. And,
Yeah, and punk rock and metal
whatnot,
and things.
Nice.
He
yeah.
would show me records and CDs and
So
burn
old guys,
things.
that's what I do with Patty.
Yeah, I would just go to like
Now I
Tucson.
mentioned shit
like,
to her, and she's like, "You already told me that."
You have nothing left to teach me, Larry. She's a grasshopper. But yeah, I used to. Yeah, Tucson was just fun because I felt like it was a second education on the world too, from like Geneva's point of view. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm so excited we
talks.
talked to her.
Me too. Yay.
I'm so excited to
Glad
talk
we
to
called.
you, Larry. I mean, Carla too, but I talk to her all the time.
Right.
But yeah, you're like this funny entity. I listen to you guys all the time, and
Nice.
I'll watch the Buck D show occasionally.
Oh, you do?
And like,
Go after
oh.
the-
Yeah, that one's a little bit more rough. Like,
It is
Yeah.
hilarious.
but,
Though.
I like when Carla's on it. It's
yeah.
like I feel like Carla and Buck are they just balance each other out in this awesome way. That super non-binary queer.
Fine.
Oh yeah, that episode, super non-binary
Oh,
queer.
yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
That's a good
It
one.
was so fun. But anyway, I've actually seen photos of you, Larry.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
showed
it's a secret little.
at Christmas we were
thing.
talking about you. And she's
Nobody
like, what
knows.
does he look? I was like, all right,
Everybody
I'll
wants
show
to
you
know
the
that.
Instagram.
I know.
It's not
Yeah,
that
you're
hard
a
to find photos,
mystery.
guys.
You're
No,
an
it's not.
enigma.
Not that.
Well, people's attention
Yeah.
span, they're right there, and they're like, I don't want to go search for this fucking guy. He's a piece of shit.
should pics. But all right, gee, dang, we're going
All
on like
right,
2 hours.
all
We
right,
should probably
sorry,
wrap this
I've-
up.
yeah,
No, it was fun.
I've been talking
It's fun.
forever,
I could
but,
talk to you. We'll have to call you back for more.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. 'Cause
more
I'll have some
psychology
more-
things.
I'll have some more binary, transsexual,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Super binary,
yeah,
binary queer.
questions.
Psych questions, education questions. I'm all.
You don't think that it's gone too far? You don't think that it's like, come on, man. I really don't. I want to be your friend. I really don't care what you are. Like, I didn't give a shit that Carla was queer. Like, I didn't care. I liked her as her personality and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and half the time I don't even
Yeah.
think about like
I don't
that
even
part
think
of
about
me
that
either.
shit. Yeah, so like,
I kind of feel just.
don't you think it's a
I
little
do.
too
I'm a
much?
person floating around.
Do you think
I
it's
do
too much?
feel like there are times. No, not at all. But I do think there are times where it's like, why is that your identity?
All the
Like,
time.
you're a person, and I can accept all kinds of facets of your personality.
I mean, I got to give her
And I
don't
think
I
that
have.
the sexuality is just one facet of our personality.
Well,
so I
even-
do
yeah.
understand.
It's just too
that.
much.
I was-
Like, I don't know.
It's like,
I
I don't
guess I see where
care.
you're coming
Like-
from at that point.
Yeah.
I was listening to Deepak Chopra
I mean, what would
guided
happen if all the
meditation.
straight people were like, guess what, guys? I'm fucking straight.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I'm.
Hey, by
I
the
guess
way,
it's
you know
like
what? I'm straight.
us making or like LGBTQ making a space in the world, but I think there's been
The space
there's
has been
becoming
there.
a space now. But I do like that thought of just like we're just people. Like I do guided meditations with Deepak Chopra on Spotify, and one of them he was like just escape from the thought of even just like your identity, like whether it's like male, female, like your sexuality, all of these, even your job, all of these are just things that the human brain has put on us as constructs, and that we like, and if we get too invested in any one of these, then we're not being like a full true person. Like it kind of breaks up our identity into different things
Yeah.
when that's
Right.
not really who we are. But I like that meditation because it's just like
I like
drift
that.
in the universe as a human, and we're all just social beings. Like
I'm just
we're all
going to
just
start
social
telling
conscious
everybody I'm
beings.
straight.
Hi, I'm
Hey,
Larry.
guys,
I'm straight.
I'm straight. What's going on?
I'm gonna introduce you. This is my straight producer.
I'm part of the SLGBTQ.
Just take all the other letters.
Yeah, I'm going in,
The
guys.
rest of the letters are mine.
Going in with the S.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
funny.
spectrum. You can be on it too. It's all good.
You're on it too.
It's funny.
Yeah.
You could be the Q. There's like 2 Q's in it now, and one's questioning, and one's
What?
queer.
2 Qs?
It's
Oh,
it's
questioning.
LGBTQQIS2PCA. It's 12
What the hell?
letters.
Okay, that's too many.
Dude, it's a lot.
It should just be like
Lesbian, gay, bisexual.
maybe everybody
trans,
should just be called queer.
questioning, enters something. Two spirits, which is more of a nadir thing.
Asexual.
There's
Two
asexual,
spirits is
androgyny,
yeah.
and pansexual. It's a lot of them, and most of them could all.
Pansexual is
That's why I
just,
say
like,
queer too. I'm like,
whatever.
it's the umbrella of all, whatever. Just throw me someone. Like, it's almost that I don't care is why I say that.
Right.
But anyway, okay, G, thanks for answering all your questions and being an awesome
That's awesome.
guest. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Good talking to you guys.
We'll talk
All right.
soon.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. I guess I have to hang up, huh?
That'd have been funny if I'd been like, "Hey, love you too. Bye."
You should. Love you too. Oh man, guys. Yeah, we mostly just talked to family today. It's been like 2 hours.
That was a good show.
So yeah, we'll just pretty much wrap it up. We'll save fart jars for the next one.
Fart jars? Oh no. Well, we'll save it for the next one. Yeah.
Fart jars, yeah, and then we'll check out what's going on with the James Webb Telescope next time too. Have you heard of this? I need to read more about it before I talk to you about it. Okay. But they sent it into the deep space, and now they're NASA and the government is hiring.
Yeah.
They're hiring like theologians and like philosophers and shit because they think this telescope is probably gonna uncover a lot of things about the world.
It's
like
the one with the
universe.
sail on it, right? The sun sail.
Yeah, and they were saying on one
they were all
side.
stoked that it fucking. Yeah.
They were saying on one side like the heat was like 100 degrees something from the sun. The other side was like negative 200 like Fahrenheit because
I love
the shade
space.
of the space. So they send this way out and they're going to be able to see like into the past almost and also see probably some alien things happening, all this stuff. So they're trying to get, I guess, humanity here.
Dark matter never stops.
Get ready. Yeah, I love dark
It's just
matter.
going.
We'll talk more space next time. And fart jars.
Fart jars, yeah.
Fart jars.
Fart jars is funny.
Carla might get into selling her farts, but might. Let's see. The most expensive thing would be buying all the mason jars to start.
Well, I told you to start selling your underwear.
Yeah.
That's the go-to for.
How about you guys just send me a Cash App Carla Vasquez 137 money. Let's see what you get. It might be.
Maybe you might get some panties.
Might be a dirty sock. It might be.
I'm sure there's dudes out there that are gonna hit you up, man. Shit, don't do that.
No, let's see. Might be. But you got to send me money for the mason jar as well.
Yeah, if you wanted to fart into it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm not the fartiest person
let's
though.
do a commercial.
Like I think I would end up accidentally pooping in half these jars.
They probably love that shit because then the smell would stay longer.
Ew. I'm not that farty of a person. I could burp in some jars.
Ugh.
That's about it.
Guys are disgusting. Or no,
Like
I've known
everything.
of chicks that have actually like sold their bath water.
Ew.
Yeah. We'll get into that next
That's some
week.
gross. Yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. It was just kind of a catch up talking. Come see me tomorrow at Edelweiss German Club 7:30 next week on the 11th at Brew Lab in Rio Rancho, and then on the 4th at the Guild. I have a show as well. And I think that's all for now. I might be on the Gong Show next month. But yeah. All right. Tune in every Wednesday, 6 p.m. We'll be back now consistently, hopefully. And all that.
Yeah, as long as Carla doesn't keep getting sick.
As long as I have a voice and don't. I keep getting tests though. But I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
I want to thank your sister for.
Thanks, Geneva. Yeah. It was fun. Good talks with the cough drop. Good talks with Mr. McMaster. I should draw one thing. It's like calling Mr. McMaster.
Yeah, you need to make a
Yeah, Mr. McMaster.
Because we're definitely
G.
gonna call her more.
Yeah, she's a good one to call. Geneva's awesome.
Because she has a master's.
And she knows what the fuck she's talking about. And some of the stuff I like spout on here is because I've learned from her. Like, just teach me shit, Geneva.
I thought for sure she was going to say that it's mental.
No, it's interesting
Mental
though what
health.
she brought up. That I mean, it
But they do have to go
becomes
through-
mental, but it does your body change almost to become a mental thing. So I don't know if it's a mental health as more as it's a physiological thing.
The brain is weird.
It's so wild. It's all connected. Your mind, your body, your soul.
Your soul.
Take care of them all, guys. Yes, take care of yourself until next week. Next week, I think we'll have Chuck Parker on. Is the plan?
Awesome. Yeah, he's badass.
Chuck Parker, hilarious musician and comedian here in town. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Larry. Carla V Thinks Out Loud. Carla Vasquez Comedy. Anywhere you can find me. carlavasquezcomedy.com. Gotcha. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m. We'll be here. Anywhere you stream. Mountain Time. Bye. Miss you. Love you.